Ah! My God. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Yo, hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day, or in my case, a great night. And today we are going to be reacting to some CreepCast, pure popular demand from YouTube. I'm joined here with Nim again, and I kind of just went on like the second most popular one on the poll that we did like a while ago. And it was the grab bag #1, specifically #1. #2, I don't know if #2 is on the list, but specifically #1. So, we'll see how this goes. I feel like I had something else to say, but I don't know. I'm thinking. Oh, we do still need to read a story, but I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. So let me find one. I'm just gonna scroll and hope for the best. The last story we read yesterday was absolutely horrible. I did not like the vibe of it. Oh right. You stood against my window. I'll do this one. Okay. I don't know why I looked up, but when I did, I saw him there. He stood against my window. His forehead rested against the glass, and his eyes were still, and light. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. And his eyes were still and light, and he smiled, a lipstick red cartoonish grin. Okay, like a Joker. Cool. And he just stood there in the window. My wife was upstairs sleeping. My son was in his crib, and I couldn't move. I froze and watched him looking past me through the glass. Oh, please no. His smile never moved, but he put a hand up and slid it down the glass, watching me. With matted hair and yellow skin, and faced through the window. Wait, so is he going through the window? I'm confused. I couldn't do anything. I just stayed there, frozen, feet still, in the bushes I was pruning, looking into my home. He stood against my window. Wait, he was outside? All of his family's in the house, but he's outside pruning the bushes? Who's that man? Okay, I see the spooky now. I see how it could possibly be spooky. Okay, cool. Alright, that's the story. That's the story for today. Hi Fel, hello, how are you? Welcome in. Is it pronounced Fel? I actually don't think I ever asked you. But I know I've seen you a couple of times playing games with Xander. What is going on? Hi Nim. We were reading short horror stories. But yeah, I am going to call you on Discord now. Yes, okay. Okay, just want to make sure because I absolutely hate mispronouncing names. Okay, looks hold on.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, I saw you put the pumpkin on, and then I kept pressing my hotkey to move, and I was like, no!
Oh, I can give you the pumpkin. Hold on. Hold on. I can just give you the pumpkin real quick. Here. You should have just asked for the pumpkin.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hold on. This is very important, guys. This is very important.
You just asked for the pumpkin.
I need to be properly dressed. Hold on. These are really cute. Where'd you find this?
This is, I actually gave them to, not Sal, Sal, too. Let me go through her DMs. I sent her the link to the Ko-Fi, or coffee, or
however it's pronounced, yeah. Cool. Oh, I didn't go big.
There you go. This is the official. Yeah. So technically, there's supposed to be 2 of them, but I think for you, it'd look good as like a single hat, you know?
Yeah. Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
I get it.
I
Oh.
technically can't wear it as a hat because I got Nimwo, my little sea bunny,
Yeah.
on top of my head, so.
Okay, it should have went into the folder. Let's see. I have so many stuff. Sorry guys, you guys are seeing the process. I have way too much items. We'll pass it. And pumpkin. I'll just search it up actually. Yeah, there it is. Haha. Alright. A little break.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It is. It is really, really cute.
Okay, that works. We're keeping it right there. Right there. Okay, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Alrighties. Think we're ready.
Yes.
So this was the second choice, the second runner up for the poll that we made like a while ago of what we should watch next from YouTube.
Gotcha.
Have you watched this before?
No, I have not.
Oh, fun. Okay. I obviously
But
haven't watched it before.
it's just a bunch of creepypastas.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Which I am so
What do you know about
uncultured in
creepypastas?
creepypastas.
Oh, you are?
So uncultured. Yeah, I have like I feel like maybe I've heard of some, but I never actually like did a deep dive into them whatsoever. I think normally like the creepypastas that I hear are coming from like you and Choir. I feel like you guys know the most out of the friend group that I speak to at least.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm most definitely probably not gonna know a lot of these, but hopefully, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna learn something new, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the one on the left is, but I know the Squidward's Unalive on the right and the what was it? Ben Drowned in the middle.
Oh, the Legend of Zelda mask thing?
Yeah, Majora's Mask,
Yeah.
Ben Drowned in the middle. I know those. Yeah. Anyway, we can start whenever you want.
Alright, sounds good. This one's gonna be a long one. Well, not long, but it should take up the full length of the stream.
Yep.
Alright. I'm excited.
Me too.
Welcome back to another enthralling, creepy, dare I say satisfying episode of CreepCast.
You know how the volume is, guys.
Today we are going over 3 classics. We've been talking about doing this for a while. It was going to be
just 3 and it's 2 hours and 30 minutes?
Really?
Stories, and the ones that we've came out with are Ben Drowned, Normal Corn for Normal People, and Squidward's Sewer Slide.
What?
Okay, so I was right about 2 of them, but normal. I have never heard of that one.
Wait! Part of me wish I had some sort of warning.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, what?
Oh man, Twitch, please be nice to me. I did not know what we were getting into.
Hey, they're censoring it and they're saying sewer slide.
True. So how
and isn't
bad
it
can it
YouTube
be?
that censors it, not Twitch?
Oh, Well, YouTube, be nice to me too, because we're streaming on both today.
Oh yeah, true.
Exit your best friend. Oh, I see.
Woo! Let's go. Sewer slide, YouTube censorship, baby. Let's get
Oh,
it.
yep.
So excited.
Let's go.
My friend Harry, he just said that yesterday, and I was like, "That's a really great." I feel like sewer slide is a lot more fun to say. Also, it might get
Lot
dinged
more
still.
fun to
we'll
say.
we'll have to definitely see if it just immediately he's like, "No, we know what you're saying."
Yeah, it'll be even funnier if it's like you and I talking, and it's like you going bleep, and I'm like, "Oh, I love bleep." Like that's awesome.
I love bleep.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. We're covering
Whoa,
3
that mug
classics
was
today.
sick.
These are ones that I've known about for a long time. I know a lot of you all have as well. We haven't covered
Yes,
them
normal
just
core.
because they're like too short for their own
Indulge in such
standalone episode.
high
Unless you guys
Yeah.
want like a 20-minute episode
Oh,
or whatever. But
God.
judging by the views on the left-right game, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
So we're gonna combine these.
Oh, that
We'll
was
see
such a
how
good
you all
one.
like it, like broken up
I
through
love
different
the
stories.
left
If y'all
and
like
left
it, we
right
can do this
game.
with
That was
more
really fun.
because
Same
honestly,
here.
most old school creepypasta that at least got really famous, I think was shorter form like this. So if
Yeah.
this does well,
Yeah.
we'll do more of it in the future. And if you hate it, then we'll pretend like it didn't happen and it's all Hunter's fault. So
I know it is
Damn.
my fault. It's my fault, but
It's
I
always
wanted
your
to say that it kind of seemed when we were
Damn.
talking about it initially that you were like, "Oh, we might as well not cover those because they're so well known, or like they're just like they're such like old classics or whatever." But in a different way, where I once again I have just assume I've never read any of these, so it seemed like you were
Blows
extremely
my
surprised when I had, because it kind of seemed like you were like, "Oh, I feel like everyone's heard of." Been drowned or
Yeah.
normal corn and that kind of stuff. So, I
We're not everyone, okay?
Yeah, I've never heard of the corn one. I've heard of the other two, but not the normal corn for normal people. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, we're not normal people, I guess.
I'm still new to this.
It's
But I
not
think
so much everyone as much
Now
as
that
it
I think
is
about it, I've heard the
someone
name,
who
but I
has
don't know
a
what it's
core
about.
YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
right.
That's more so what I'm mad about.
Yeah. No, I completely missed out on all the good internet stuff when I was younger. I didn't have internet till I was like 18, a freshman in college. So I missed out on
Damn.
all of the goodness
Oh.
of this when I was growing up. Well,
Different
starting
age-
it off on
different
our
times.
triptych gambit here.
You heard of the
is going
title
to be
too, Choir?
Normal
I see.
corn for normal people. On r
All right.
slash no sleep, the classic Reddit. 12 years ago by a user named Wreath, Reathe. Oh, actually, I get to start the story off. It's in quotes. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Hold on.
I
Let
finally-
me clarify.
Oh my god,
As
we're
I
getting
do
voice
most
acting this time
episodes.
too.
Oh, my dearest Hunter, I've never read this before. There's no telling what tomfoolery
Shut
we may
up.
come across.
Fuck you!
Don't worry,
you,
Hunter.
Shakespeare.
All we have to do is go back into the French Quarter, and everything will be okay.
Oh my god.
Hey everyone, I want to take a quick break from the show to talk about today's sponsor, Factor.
Okay.
This
yeah,
video is not sponsored.
No, this stream is not sponsored.
Wait, did I go too far? Oh, I see Factor though. It's probably
All right, okay. Normal
Yeah,
corn
okay,
for
cool.
normal people. I'm so excited.
There
I gotta
we
start
go.
the story. All right.
you know nothing about the
Everybody
story.
knows that
Okay,
if
we're
you
about to
surf the
figure
web
it
long
out.
enough, you'll see some sick shit. This is
Yeah.
especially true if you intentionally
It's so
delve into
true.
the dark underbelly of the internet. I've seen quite a few things I don't care to admit.
Yeah.
But one thing
Tell me
that I'll
about
always
it.
remember is a site called normalcornfornormalpeople.com.
The first strange thing about this site was that I didn't find it by actually looking for it. It was emailed to me by someone
Okay,
I
that's
didn't
suspicious. Why did you
The email
click the
was-
link?
Literally, red flags were waving right then and there. I'm like, uh-oh.
Why
You see an
would
email like
click
that.
The link.
Nuh-uh.
First red flag. Why would you click the link?
Oh, man. What are you
God.
doing?
What are
You're trying to get
doing?
hacked.
Why did you click the link?
Oh, my God.
as follows.
Hi there. Found this site is very nice. Thought you might like normalcornfornormalpeople.com. Pass it on.
And
Go
it's
to
a
mankind.
chain mail. Haven't
Pretty-
seen those in forever.
How would you feel? How would you feel if someone like emailed you and be like, "Yeah, it looks like you like this. You would like this corn site, you know, for normal people, by the way. Yeah, feel free to click this link. 'Cause I know you'd like this."
and
Oh,
it's chainmail. I have not seen chainmail in forever.
Oh
I'm
my
so glad that
God.
has died out. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like that's
same.
one thing I'm so glad that has died out.
That is so wild to me. This is already starting out
Pretty
amazing.
standard issue chain letter. Although the URL and the last remark really piqued my curiosity. I was
wonder
having a
why.
very boring day when I got this, so I made sure my antivirus was working, and then I clicked on it. It was a very
Why?
average, very generic looking
Yeah.
site. It gave the impression that the creators just barely gave a shit about making it look professional. The author seemed to have a very tenuous grasp on English, and on the front page was a long, boring, and incoherent rant that I don't remember
Oh my
or have
God.
saved. The site had a strange tagline, which even today people haven't figured out the meaning of, which was,
Normal corn for normal people. A website dedicated to the eradication of abnormal sexuality.
and from the sound of that, I wasn't sure whether I was here to watch corn.
Yeah. Oh, watch it. Oh.
Watch it, or if I had stumbled onto some kind of eugenics program. But I was here now, and I was very, very curious to see what normal people get their rocks off to. So I scrolled down through the rant, and nothing. Page didn't seem to link anywhere else. And I was about to leave when I noticed every word of the rant was its own hyperlink.
What?
Ooh, I like that. First
Oh,
off, I just want to say,
no.
just to interject, I just want to say that getting
That's
this kind of
not
email
good.
too is I really liked how casually he's approaching, you know, the aspect of being like, oh, someone sent me this, and as just like a goof, I said, like, you know, I checked it out.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's like, it's a pretty fucking horrifying thing to get an email or like to get a message of.
Yeah.
It's also so not
Yeah,
threatening
dude.
that it feels threatening in my eyes. Does
Yeah,
that, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, normal corn for normal people. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Literally.
Not weird stuff on here. It's normal.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Normal.
totally
Alone
normal.
raises weird
Yeah,
questions,
why
right?
wouldn't
Like,
it be?
What would you define as normal, right? Or why
Yeah.
is there a website dedicated to it? It makes me like, a lot of people have commented on this story being like, I would assume a title like this would be like some weird gay conversion thing or something like that, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what you kind of the train you're expecting it to go down. But I don't know where this story's going to go, Hanya. It could be
Where'd the baby voice come from? I wasn't expecting.
Thumbnail.
Wait, the thumbnail. Wait, for this video? No.
When they did the baby voice, one of the thumbnails that came up for me when one of the videos. Hold on, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
One of the thumbnails that popped up was
What is that? What is that? The middle one. We're talking about this, guys. Hold on. Let me show you guys. We're talking about this right here. This thumbnail in particular. This one in the middle. That is something. That is indeed something that I was not prepared.
when you paused and they were doing the baby voice, and then when you paused and that came up, I was just laughing so hard. Oh my goodness.
Wait, this is an accord
Jeez.
site. This is the naked site. I wanted to order corn. Not
Wait,
while you're
what?
going there for corn.
Wait, did you actually look up the site normal corn for normal
There's no
people?
way Choir did that. I think he's simply just joking. I really hope so. I really hope you're joking. Don't tell me you searched that up.
Oh,
what I think
no.
I heard video in my sleep. Oh, can't confirm though. Oh, do you listen to podcasts to fall asleep sometimes? I used to do that.
Well, this is a
a while ago.
podcast.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it could most definitely have happened, Choir.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something, but then I forgot. Either way, creepy each word being its own hyperlink, that is wild. I don't know if I'd ever I don't know if I'd ever be so bored in a day to be like, yeah, let me click on this site, this link that most definitely could probably corrupt my whole system. Yeah, your antivirus, whatever.
Yeah.
Like whatever. But
Yeah.
like I don't know if I'd be so bored one day to just be like, what's the harm? Like there's no way.
If I did do that, it would have been of my own free will and not because somebody emailed me a link to it, and it definitely would not be on a porn site.
Right, no, for real. For real. Of course not. I wouldn't search a corn site. I just had to ask, Choir. I just had to
Mommy
ask.
want milky. Baby want milk.
That is a
What?
wild accusation.
What? Yeah, what?
You're right though. Like it does have the same vibe. It's funny that you say like gay conversion camp because it has that kind of fanatic kind of thing where it's like it's like a passive aggressive sign is what it feels like. Yeah.
The
Oh, they're
eradication
saying
of
that-
homosexuality, like smacks of the
Oh,
pulpit.
okay,
Yeah,
I
you know?
get what they're saying.
Mhm.
And also, like, you have to kind of transport yourself back. This is 12 years ago, right? So,
Oh yeah, I guess we should have said that. This is posted 12
Well,
years ago.
you did.
So
You
it's
did,
been a while.
yeah.
yes, by
okay.
user Wreath, by the way, REATHE. So for credit, we were going to
said
mention
that.
that at the beginning, but at the
Yeah.
end, I mean, but you did. Oh, okay.
I said it.
Well,
I said it.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just that whenever you start talking,
I
my
said
brain
it.
just
I said
kind
it.
of like
I said it. I said
zones
it.
it out and puts it attention because I don't care.
You know how
I
to wash
don't
those words.
care.
I'm just a baby.
I'm so over
you have
it.
to take yourself to like 12 years ago, because now like you open Twitter and it's like, oh, there's 3 people that died. That's cool, you know, like
Right.
it's kind of everywhere. But back then you had to go looking for weird stuff, right?
Live leak.
Yeah, like live leak stuff. Yeah, like it was much harder to come across than just general internet browsing. So that's like you kind of have to be in that mindset, like, oh, a weird website, who knows what could be on it.
Right.
So I clicked one of them and was sent to a white page with very long list of links in the form of normalcorn for normalpeople.com / and then random letters. So I stopped for a minute and asked myself if I really wanted to waste God knows how much time clicking random links that will likely give me a virus that will
Yep.
break my computer.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
no.
Oh
I
god.
figured I'd just
No.
try it for maybe 5 minutes just to see if
Of
anything
course you
came
do.
up.
Of
I
course.
clicked one of the links and was sent to another page. This page apparently had totally different URLs than the last one. I was just about to say,
Fuck this.
when I clicked on the third link and a video download came up.
Oh,
No.
no.
Stop. You had me at PETA. No. No.
Oh, no.
First of all,
Dog, no.
I'm stressing.
No.
I'm stressing. Oh,
No.
I don't know if I'm overthinking of this because I paused at the horrible time. But who in their right mind would be like, you know what? Oh, it's a video this time. Wow, this is entertaining. Let me watch this. People are
I
interesting.
would not.
People are so interesting. You know, I just don't understand the humans at all whatsoever.
Oh God.
Oh man. All right, let's buckle in.
30-minute
'cause
video
it's
of
about
a
to be
man.
something.
A woman and a dog in a kitchen. The
God,
woman
30
would make
minutes.
a peanut butter sandwich and the man would set it down for the dog to eat. This was all that happened for 30 minutes.
Oh.
It was obvious that the cameraman had to stop filming and wait until the dog was ready to eat again, and the dog seemed rather sick by the end of it.
Oh no.
Oh.
I know what you're thinking.
What the hell does that have to do with corn?
I'm glad
I have
that's
no
all
clue.
that happened.
I've seen a little over
Yeah,
2,000 videos
same.
from this site, and the majority had no sexual activity at all.
That's
After
great.
watching Peanut.avi, I
I
went on a
think-
certain image board I frequent to play online show and tell, like I always do with weird shit like this. But someone had already made a thread about it. Some guy who had received the same chain letter I did. The image board thread got lots of people with nothing better to do dig through the site. That's how I saw other videos. Most of those 24 videos were very uneventful and consisted of people talking to the cameraman in a room with nothing in it but a desk and a few chairs. I mean, literally nothing on the
So
walls
weird.
or in terms of furniture. The whole room had a very cold, sterile feel to it.
You know what this kind of reminds me of is that old video online.
Soup.avi.
Yeah, exactly.
So I
actually,
Do
yeah.
you think that it was born from this?
I can't
Whoa.
remember, but I can't remember which way it was, but I remember hearing speculation
That's
that
terrifying.
one inspired the other. I can't remember which came first though.
It's interesting. They're reading definitely the same. Like even just so far with the peanut butter, like of the because the thing with the soup.avi whatever is that it's so like
Have you seen
nothing happens to the
soup.avi?
point where it does feel like a snuff film. Like
Yeah.
it feels like
You
this
have?
is a video we should.
No, I haven't. I've never even heard of it before.
Oh, soup.avi, it's a very unsettling video, but basically all that happens in it is it's a man eating soup, and these two, you saw the figures.
Yeah,
like,
with the big
people
the
dressed
costume.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they come in and they look like they're comforting him, and the man eating the soup starts crying.
Oh.
And that's all that happens.
Oh.
And it looks like he's forcing himself to eat the soup.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, I see where they're connecting it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I don't know where the
Man.
other video came from, but
with the guy tied
that's
up.
yeah, I don't know what that one was, but the soup.avi, that's what soup.avi is.
Oh, okay.
That's the gist of what that is.
Who would watch? I just like. Who is excited to watch something like that?
Should not be seeing kind of thing. Even though nothing explicit truly happens, it's so uncanny and
Huh.
just vile. It's odd.
Yeah.
It's
Odd is a
far
good word
more
for it.
menacing to me that it's so. I mean, we're gonna get to more intense stuff, but it begins so sterile, right? Like what could possibly be the motivation of a dog eating a sandwich, right? But it like
I don't know. I mean,
the
honestly, I'm
implications
very
and
bought
stuff
in right
feel
now.
very very weird.
Well,
you know?
they said the dog
I'm
also
very,
looks
very bought
sick.
in. I love
Yeah.
these old stories too because they read so much like actual.
And I mean, it's also like the cameraman. Like they said, the
They
cameraman
had
would
to
like
have been
wait.
filming for a reason. That's another thing.
True. Like no, you wouldn't have pulled out the camera just for your dog eating. Like
Yeah.
something's going on, and
Mhm.
I fear for the dog. Is the dog okay?
Yeah, and my guess is that they filmed a bunch of stuff and they cut it up into pieces.
Yeah.
Like they filmed a lot of video, like
Mhm.
a very, very long section of video.
Yeah.
And then they just cut the video into sections.
Yeah. I
That's my
agree.
theory. That's my theory anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like there's most definitely like some parts that were not shown, so they were just like filming for like a long time and then cut whatever out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
actual social media posts or forums
yeah,
or
like
blogs
this thing
or
happened
something.
to someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I really appreciate the like. I don't know the maybe legitimacy is the wrong word, but it feels very sincere.
That's right. I think it feels legitimate. Like it actually,
Yeah.
like sure it's fiction, but it feels like unfiction almost. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely, yeah.
The conversations were just idle banter about previous jobs or embarrassing childhood moments. I kept expecting some kind of discussion about what the people were filming or what the site was about, but of course, nothing. You would never know these videos had anything to do with corn if you saw it out of context. I will say one thing though. The people who appeared in these videos were quite attractive.
Bro, what?
However, the other videos
Okay.
that actually did feature content, which I
Okay.
suppose could be called sexual, is where things got weird. I'll give
Uh-huh.
brief descriptions of the stranger videos. If you're really eaten up with curiosity, you can try to hunt them down on a torrent site.
No
First
thanks.
up, Licked Clean.
That's why I'm
by
watching
ABI.
this video.
A
Lick
10-minute
clean.
video filmed by a hidden
No.
camera in which we see a repairman working on a washing machine for the first 2 minutes. When it's
Okay.
fixed, the repairman talks to the owner briefly and then leaves. The owner checks to make sure the repairman is gone, He begins to lick all over the top of the washing machine. This goes on for 7 minutes.
Ew.
Ew. Are you serious?
That's gross.
Who would watch? That's so disgusting. That is so incredibly disgusting.
That's so unsanitary.
so incredibly unsanitary. And who in their right mind is like, yes, I'm gonna lick this washer. Ew, oh, I can't even, I'm like, me just saying it out loud is making me imagine it, and I just can't. That's so disgusting. Ugh, yeah, no, we're moving on. That's so gross.
Ugh.
It's so nasty.
Isn't this so much worse than just normal snuff film stuff, you know?
Well, you know what's weird? It's which I don't want to get ahead of myself, but so far, even the vignettes or how it's set up, I kind of like it more than 1999, if I'm being honest.
Really?
I think so. I mean, the deal with 19. I mean, I'll redact that statement. It's the first one, but I feel like I'm a little more bought in, if I'm being honest.
Okay. I respect that. You did get taken out of 1999 a little bit whenever he talked about his personal life.
That was one of their previous things that they looked
even
at.
Just the aspect of oh, it's in his basement. It kind of has the Poughkeepsie Tapes vibe, which I like, but it is very one note of it's a guy, a kidnapper who is recording these things, and I feel like we're getting ready to. It feels like we're being propelled into various odd, live leaky kind of videos that is going to go all over the place.
Jimbo.avi. I guess
Jimbo.
Second one.
Jimbo.
5-minute
Jimbo.
video of an obese mime performing his act. It was actually pretty funny, particularly one part where he pretends to pull up a chair, then pretends that it breaks because of his weight. In the last 30 seconds of the video, the camera cuts to static briefly and cuts back to the man sobbing quietly, still wearing the mime outfit and makeup. Some kind of obscure fetish? Diana.avi.
That one's so much better than the other
4-minute
one.
video in which the cameraman talks to a woman in a room different than the interview room. This room looks like one you'd find in a normal person's house. Exactly where they are is never specified, as Diana only talks about her violin playing.
Okay.
She obviously plays her violin, but she keeps getting distracted by something. I didn't notice this until someone on the image board thread pointed it out, but if you look at a mirror in the background, a chicken masturbating.
No wonder she was getting distracted. That's
No.
disgusting.
No, it's still.
No wonder she was getting distracted.
Yeah, she's simply just trying to talk about how she likes playing her violin. No one asked for that dude to start doing that stuff. Why was he even? What is going on?
Yeah.
What is wrong with these videos? I don't like these. I don't like some of these.
No, I
These
don't
are weird. Jim the gym coach is here. Oh my god, from Code Lyoko.
Oh no. Oh no.
man.
Not him.
Jim. Oh man. Good times. Yeah. Okay. It looks so weird.
I
as it's
missed
poking out
Code
the
Lyoko.
pumpkin. Me too, kind of, yeah.
Another 4-minute cameraman video. This time he's outside a house talking to another young woman. They talk about canoe rides. The camera zooms out to reveal the city streets behind them occasionally. The strange thing is, no one so far has been able to identify where this street is. Guesses have ranged everywhere from Europe to Australia to the Philippines, but there's yet to be a match for the street shown in the video.
That's interesting, yeah.
Tonguetied.avi. 10-minute video. The first 5 minutes
Now,
consists of
what
an
the
elderly woman making out with a mannequin.
Why, yeah.
The video cuts out like it did in Jimbo.avi halfway through, and the scene is now a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The lights have been dimmed, and the elderly woman is nowhere to be seen.
Ah.
From this
Oh
point on,
yeah, you don't like
there is no
mannequins,
sound.
right?
With stuff like this, you have
Yeah,
to assume
no.
that people have recreated these,
God,
right?
guys, I don't like mannequins, yeah. I don't like dolls, yeah. It's like, okay, it's only like in a certain, not even in a certain tense. Like, I just feel like if I were to go to like my local clothing store and see a mannequin, I'm fine, yeah. But if it's lights out in that same clothing store, I'm out. Like, lights out, mannequins around, no, nuh-uh.
Is it the same with
Can't
like
do it,
wax
yeah.
figures?
I don't think so. Kind of, yeah. I want to say kind of, yeah. Not as much as if it were like dolls or mannequins, but most definitely still there is like that.
Are
that
dolls or
feel
mannequins
there,
worse?
yeah. Which one? Mm.
Yeah, which one's worse, dolls or mannequins?
I'm gonna say dolls. I'm gonna say dolls for me is worse than mannequins, yeah. Even though they're smaller in size, which is wild how that works, but I personally think dolls creep me out, yeah, more than mannequins, yeah. I feel like the only like games are what make me afraid of mannequins, yeah, literally, that's really what it is. And then for dolls, it's just dolls themselves are just creepy sometimes.
Yeah, I have a creepy doll in like that looks like it's out of a nightmare, like in my house actually.
Why is it in your
It-
house, Nia?
Because it's from my grandmother. It's not like I can get rid of it.
Okay, yeah.
It's inside a glass case, so I'm safe.
Oh. That is so ominous. In a
I know,
glass
right?
case, yeah. Oh my god, I'm like,
Yeah, after the stream is over, I'll take a picture of it.
okay. Just make sure, one day if you hear something, just check back,
If I hear
minus
glass breaking,
please just check back real quick and then make
it's
a
in
run
the back,
for it,
it's
yeah.
in the back room, so there's the door there's more than just glass separating between me. There's also a door.
Okay.
There's also a door.
Yeah, no. If the doll somehow makes it to the door, then we have issues. Yeah, but no, we're good. Favorite part when Odd gets outed, but as a player and gets slapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he was a player.
Man never learned. He did not learn.
He
Yeah.
never learned.
Ordering mannequins for the Munchies hideout. No, the hell you're not, Choir, yeah. Those things better not touch the hideout, yeah. Still
I
got
vote to
Graham's
move the
porcelain
Munchies
ones in the
hideout to the
storage,
gamer
I think,
house.
yeah. Put it in the gamer house. No! That would be a horrible prank now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. Oh my god. I'd never forgive you guys, yeah. Like somehow like you guys order a whole bunch of mannequins and I'm just like sleeping and you guys like put them around the bed. I would never forgive you, yeah. Okay, maybe I would, but it would take a couple of minutes.
Imagine if instead of waking up in the morning, you woke up and had to go to the bathroom.
Oh my god! You would hear the most like I would scream like someone's getting murdered, yeah. It would be like this gut-wrenching scream, yeah. Oh my god. No ideas. I'm not giving anyone ideas for that gamer house, yeah. If that ever happens, yeah, no ideas, yeah. Oh, alright.
I mean, probably. That one
What?
actually mannequins are always kind of like I don't like them, you know?
Creepy.
So the idea of
See,
like,
they agree,
it just
yeah.
cuts to them around the camera and that's it for 5 minutes. That's not fun.
No.
In complete silence, yeah. Kind of imagine like a just like the gain of the camera mic just kind of playing, so it's just like weird little slight crackles and pops, almost like
Yep.
that's
You can hear
that's one
maybe
thing
like
about,
the fluorescent lights buzzing or something.
Yeah, exactly. It almost imitates these kind of like weird pickups and feedbacks. Almost read like little bits of fire, like fire crackling or something. It's very menacing.
Yeah. Stumps.avi.
Okay.
5-minute long video where a man with no legs is attempting to break
Oh,
dance
no.
on a DDR
Oh.
mat in what looks like. I'm sorry, Hunter. Is something funny?
Stop. It's not funny. I almost giggled, but then Hunter started laughing and I had to stop myself. I couldn't be outed. You got it, Nim? We ordering mannequins for the collab. No! Yeah. Not happening.
Yeah.
Is there something you want to bring up?
Well, the structure of that, a 5-minute long video where a man with no legs is attempting to break dance.
The phrase, the word attempting is pretty funny. Like,
They're literally, it's just the word putting attempting in there that makes it very funny and tragic.
what's
Oh,
funny
brother.
about a disability, Hunter?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
That-
Nothing,
that's
sorry.
In what looks like the kitchen from Peanut.avi, but much dirtier.
Oh, the
There's
same
a radio
room, yeah?
playing music unseen in the background, but it stops at the 4-minute mark when the man collapses on the mat in exhaustion. He breathes heavily and pleads with someone off screen to let him rest.
Oh
This
no,
off-screen person
yeah.
becomes
There is
terrified
someone
when
back
the
there,
patient
yeah.
yells at him to keep dancing, which he does. You can hear this off-screen person begin to scream as the video ends abruptly.
No,
That became a
yeah.
lot less funny at the end
Yeah,
of the.
yeah. You want to talk about how funny that was, Hunter?
No,
How funny that was.
No.
yeah.
That one does kind of amp it up to me, because you imagine whoever's running this site has some sick game or like motive behind this, right? But to
Yeah.
hear like that, to me, it's always scary when people or creatures or something like that exhibit rage, you know, because we're used to seeing like, you know, kind of like this dulcet, like, you know, watcher, wanderer, you know, character. Like we see a bunch of stuff about serial killers being these stoic figures that stalk people or whatever. But
Sure.
the idea of like something full of anger,
You'll be okay,
you know,
yeah.
like it, I don't know, it always bothers me a bit.
I mean, we've officially entered into snuff film territory, is what I think it is. Like, I mean, it's literal torture now. So
Yeah. Oh, well, wait for this
you're not
last
wrong.
one.
I mean, yeah.
Privacy.avi.
Shit. I dragged that
The
into
woman
the
from
wrong thing.
Diana.avi.
This kind of reminded me of that one game. I haven't played it, but I've seen a whole bunch of other people play it. Yeah, like that. It's like this guy, and he's sitting in a chair, and you don't stop clicking. Is that the game? Yeah, I don't know.
Don't
you have to
stop
keep
clicking.
Yeah, something like that, and you have to like keep clicking or pressing a space button, and the guy like in the game gets on to it, and that's literally it. And then if you don't stop clicking, he kills you, and you have to start over again. Yeah. Like, yeah, I think I saw Nimda playing it one time. And I know a whole bunch of other people play it because I've seen like at least 3 other people play that game. But
What's it called?
I want to say it's Don't Stop Clicking, but I feel like it has to have some other. It has to be something else. Yeah. But it's kind of terrifying, and then the watching the game from like the beginning to the end, it's just it's uncomfortable for me, and yeah, personally, it's a little bit uncomfortable, yeah. I can't imagine playing it, yeah. And then the end, it's just like, oh man. But there's someone behind the camera telling someone to do things, and if it's for their own personal reasons, yeah, disgusting or not, like either way, this is horrible. This is actually terrible. And I'm looking at the next one, and I'm already regretting.
I'm not.
Okay.
I just saw this one too.
Yeah.
Too, and I'm like, ugh.
All
Yeah,
right.
normal corn for normal people.
For normal people is what they say. Yeah. Nya's over, by the way. All right, moving on.
Is masturbating on a mat. Do we need to censor that word? Y'all know what I mean. On a mattress in the interview room.
Yeah,
I
While the
have-
man
said
from
it.
Stumps.avi walks around on his hands while wearing some kind of goblin mask. The door
What?
in this room was
They're all
always
coming
closed in
together.
other videos, but now it's open. In this video, the only light is in the room and the hallway is dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway. And finally, the last video we uncovered.
Is it the dog?
Which was useless.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman
Never mind.
from one of the previous interview videos is tied down to a mattress in the interview room. She attempts to scream, but her mouth is taped over. After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and mask opens the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for the animal that was running in the hall in the previous video. It's revealed to be an adult chimpanzee. Its hair shaved and its entire body painted red. It seemed to be starved
Oh
and
my
abused,
gosh.
with several wounds along its shoulders and back. When the chimp enters the room, the masked man closes the door behind it. The chimpanzee sniffs the air for a moment, may have been blind, and notices the woman tied to the mattress. It goes into a
Oh my
frenzy
god!
and begins to maul her.
Ah!
God.
The fight goes
No!
on for a grueling 7 minutes until the woman finally dies.
What?
The chimp eats flesh from her corpse for 4 minutes
Oh.
as the video ends.
No
The
wonder
thread exploded with activity after this video was uncovered, and people discussed it long into the night.
that's literally a
When I
snuff
came back
film.
to the image board the next day, I found that the thread was deleted. I tried to start another one, and they banned me. I tried emailing the guy who sent me the chain letter with the site's URL, sent him 5 messages, never got a response.
That is
I've
wild.
tried to discuss this website on various places, and I got banned frequently. The site itself was also deleted about 3 days after useless.avi was uncovered, likely because someone contacted
No!
the authorities.
Duh!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Shit.
The only proof
What the
normal corn for normalpeople.com ever existed was a few screen caps people took and videos from the site that people saved and uploaded on torrents. The most popular of which being useless.avi, which found its way onto a few gore sites. Wherever you
Jeez.
upload them to, all of the videos from normal corn for normalpeople.com get deleted after a while. So, what do you think?
Man.
Wow.
That's the end. First off, is that at the end?
So, as far as I know, yes, that is the end of the story. As far as I know, there's no sequels or anything.
Wow.
I think it's especially 12 years ago. What an interesting. I mean, like there has to be no way that like 1999 isn't influenced by this kind of thing, or even that this story isn't influenced by the Poughkeepsie tapes in some kind of way. Is what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, they're
think
very
just in
similar,
terms of-
yeah. But also
For
keep in
sure.
mind, like 2012, snuff films and like the dark web, stuff like that was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everyone talked
Right,
about it, everyone had
yeah.
a story about it. That was the thing to make horror stories around.
The amount of times that my friends told me about videos they saw in like even just like in passing at school, like, hey, I just saw a video about this, or you know, X, Y, or Z, whatever. It was insane back in those times. So I think like I don't know. I mean, like, man, what a just I really liked how they played with all the vignettes, and I liked how subtle and sweet it was. Like, I like kind of like how short and sweet it was, actually. That's one thing I feel like I'm liking a lot more about a lot of the early creepypastas is how short and just to the point. I know we've driven in this point many
They
times,
just
but
like dive straight into it. No,
Straight
no
into
time
it.
to wait around, no time to
but
slow.
because of that, it
Are they
uses
comparing
the
it to like
archetype of-
newer? It's like newer type of creepypastas. Like, there's a long build up, take a bit to.
Well, they're written like stories. Like
Oh,
they're written
okay.
like actual like novels.
Oh, all right, gotcha.
They're not written like short stories.
Okay. So I'll take a few minutes to read rather than this one that, you know. I mean, like, okay, several minutes. Well, this one took like a few. I guess is the best way to put it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like for example, you got left right game versus what
Yeah.
you just read.
Took us like 2 or 3 streams to
Yeah.
finish. Yeah.
Or Nebraska.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, that one. Wow. Yeah. Freaking wild.
Yeah, let's
I don't-
not get into that one.
No. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be a monkey. I thought the dog was going to come back, but
I thought the dog was gonna come back too.
yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the guy that's just watching.
I'm honestly scared of monkeys. Some people think they're cute.
Whoa.
I'm scared of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't think I have a fear of monkeys, but like, is there a specific thing that you're afraid of about them, or?
They're just, I don't know, something about them just uncanny valley. Like they're too similar to humans, I guess. to me.
Gotcha. Okay,
So
I guess that makes sense.
So it's like an uncanny valley type feeling.
Hmm. Yeah, I think. I mean, I find it kind of funny, like when they have like chimps doing like human activities, but then I'm like, well, you know, I'm pretty sure they're teaching monkeys how to use guns now, so things about to go wild.
When I see like stuff like that, like when I see stuff like, I'm actually more comfortable seeing it's weird because I'm actually more comfortable seeing monkeys doing like human activities and seeing them doing monkey stuff.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
One day you're gonna see like the monkeys walking in suits and ties, and you're gonna be like, "Yeah, that's fine, that's normal." And then you see like
exactly.
the monkey sitting on the ground eating the banana or like cleaning itself, and you're like, "Nuh-uh, nuh-uh, go back to the suit and tie, please."
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. That's not allowed here anymore. Oh man. Oh, it's
An
wild.
online forum in a very effective way where it just feels like a post.
Give them rights.
You know what I mean?
And make
And
them
I do
pay
feel
taxes.
like people expanded on storytelling later on, but I do feel like right now, if I read this when I was younger,
If
I'd be
I
like,
gotta
this is
do it,
100%
you
real.
have to
I think I
too.
read it, I don't know, it was maybe 13, 14. And
it's great.
I went into it, I think I listened to it actually through like one of the Creepypasta YouTube channels. So I went in under the assumption like this is fake. But I remember a bunch of people being like, is this real? You know, did this actually happen? I think I might have actually sent it to a friend and been like, dude, this actually happened, who like wasn't familiar with it or whatever. I used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
send friends stuff and be like, this is real, knowing it was fake. But yeah,
I've
there's
had
a bunch
friends
of
of mine
Trolls.
say that as well.
yeah,
It's like weird stuff like, there's no this happened. You know what I mean?
bro, this is so real.
Also-
I was the chimp actually. It happened. It's real. Honestly.
Actually, it
Honestly,
was
really
me.
creeped out about a blind shaved chimpanzee that they've just painted red. Also,
That's
just
a
even just
terrifying
finding
That's
it-
terrifying.
It's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I just have to check something.
Oh yeah, you're good. That is a terrifying image. Now that I'm thinking about it. Why would they paint the chimp? Welcome back, Choir. You missed the ending of the first the corn thing. But yeah, now it's just analysis. And then I
Okay,
think we're
I'm
probably gonna
back.
move on to the next one. Oh, welcome back.
I'm back. I just heard a really, really loud noise from upstairs.
Oh my god, it was the doll!
Yeah, and I'm home alone, and I was just like, oh god, what?
Oh
What was that?
no! Oh no! No
But
way!
It turns out it's just raining, and it was thunder.
Oh, okay, thank
Really
god.
loud thunder.
Crisis averted. You did check the doll though, just to make sure.
uh,
I'm just kidding.
actually, I will check. Hold on. Let's see here.
Oh my god. For all of our sanity, we just gotta make sure the porcelain doll stays where it's supposed to be. Oh man.
Just kidding.
Oh man.
I did walk out of the room though.
I think that's terrifying. Look up Papa Meat Oven. Papa Meat Oven? Huh? Hi Arishi, how are you? Welcome in. Okay. Are we ready?
Oh, his oven? Yeah, his oven is terrifying.
The oven itself?
His
What's-
stove and oven, yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Here, I'll send you a picture on Discord.
Yeah, let me know.
I sent you a picture of mannequins too, but yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like. Oh my god. No, it's because I had to scroll up and I was like, what's going on? You know what? The creepiest one is not even the one in the front. It's the one to the right. That guy creeps me out. That was the creepy one. Okay, anyways.
But
Is
yeah,
that-
that's the oven.
Does that work? Does the
Yeah, it
oven-
works. I'm pretty sure it works.
No way. That's not real. No
Does it
way.
work? Does it work?
Who is eating I mean, I obviously you wouldn't know. But like, what does the rest of his kitchen look like to have something like that in there? You know what? I really shouldn't say anything considering his room. Yeah, no. I shouldn't really expect any much more or any much less. Oh, I don't know if I have shoutouts on this site, on this screen.
He does
Hold on.
have a picture of his kitchen.
All right, let me see it.
He has a picture of some of his stuff. Well, I saw a picture of some of his kitchen. Here's some of it. It's pink. Some of it.
Choir, can you try it again? All right, let me see. Oh, it is pink. Oh my god, the floor. I don't think I've seen tiled floor like that in a very long time. Pink and yellow. Very interesting. What up? Nothing much. We're just reacting to some more CreepCast.
Yeah. Oh, he named it Margaret.
Marg. It's an animatronic?
It's a puppet.
Oh.
All of his
Oh man,
stuff
that was
like his
like
computer.
the best
If you
case
watch
scenario right there.
his
Just
YouTube videos,
completely
like
dominating
his
him.
videos alone,
Mhm.
he has like his computer is a puppet.
And that one big bang,
He like
Oh
his
yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
that big swing
yeah,
after,
his computer is a puppet.
after the
His
blade
now
storm.
he has an oven puppet.
Hammer
Oh my god. That's wild.
Yeah.
Does it work? Nina Toe it's getting closer to the monitor. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was looking over to my other Sorry. I had to zoom in. My bad. I got too close and personal. My bad. Okay. Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm going to start it.
Terrifying image, just because I mean, like raw power, like I mean, just like it's a rabid animal kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I think that just chimp attacks obviously are just especially ever since like Travis the Chimp, it's just haunted me forever.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember seeing that Oprah interview with the survivor.
What the
of the
fuck were you
Travis the
talking
Chimp.
about in that clip? I don't know, Archie.
Have you heard of Travis the
throw out
Champ?
there onto the news, you know, when all that was
No.
It
but-
was. It's scar.
Oh, is this
Travis
it?
the Chimp is a real life incident where somebody oh, they're showing it right now. It's a real life
Okay, this is it? Oh.
It's a real life event where somebody had a pet chimp and it basically almost mauled her to death.
Oh. Interesting choice for a pet. Is this the woman? I guess I'm about to find out.
Scarred me forever. I have never forgot about that. Especially when Oprah stands up and takes her hat
Wow.
off of her head and like reveals
Yeah.
her face.
Oh
It's
my
unbelievable.
god.
So, you know, and I know that like
Oh
Jordan
my
Peele
god.
included the chimp attack
Mhm.
in Nope, and that was a big part of it as well.
Mhm.
One thing I will say about
Holy.
the last video, I actually thought it was going to be a lot more graphic in that nature.
That's wild to think about.
Was surprised that it didn't go into that direction, but I think like even just ending the story on a chimp attack thing and just being like, you know, now if you ever upload videos there, it's just there's just so much mystique still. It's kind of like that idea that like the person is still out there doing stuff, but you can't. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
when a
nothing was
killer
put a
gets away.
stop to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has that kind of vibe, except it's just like
That
oh,
person most definitely could still be doing stuff
living
on the down low.
like,
That's
existing in the
terrifying.
vibe of
I mean, it's not real,
just,
obviously,
like,
but
the
you
guy
know.
who was maintaining this website
And they were
is still
doing
out
it
there,
on
and you
the
just have no idea. It's very haunting.
not deep
It's
web.
like an unobtainable
Dark web.
Yeah.
antagonist almost, right? Because like, how do you even start to try to find the person that did that, right? It's just
Right.
kind of there's some stories that are just kind of about the passing evil in the world, right? Like there goes a glimpse of what's happening behind the curtain. but it's intangible. You're never going to catch a ghost.
Yeah.
They're very menacing.
Next up, we have been drowned.
Here we
Drowned.
go.
Here we go.
People in the comments and just across social media have been scolding me, saying, "How have you never heard of this? What am I supposed to say?" You know,
I'm
I've
sorry.
never heard of it. I'm sorry. All right.
Literally,
I'm sorry.
that's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're about to figure it out now, though.
I've never heard of it. But now, today, we will finally rejoice. We'll become one.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
One.
I don't remember all the details of Ben Drowned. I remember the big ones, like without giving anything away. I remember like the save files and some of the conversations and stuff like that. I don't think I remember how it ends.
Yeah, it's
so
a
I'm excited to look at
classic.
this. I will say also, someone who like was familiar with normal corn and stuff, I'm glad it still holds up. Like I said, I read it when I was younger, and it scared me. Like, it was good. But looking back now, I think it's kind of similar to Borosco. Like the new.
I thought we weren't talking about that.
I thought we
So it
weren't
definitely
talking
holds up.
about it. Yeah.
Well, I'm stoked. Let's get into
All
it.
right.
Which looks like this.
All right.
It looks like the first post. It's broken up into a series of posts here, and the first post was uploaded, or at least is dated September 7th, 2010.
Yep, and this again, most of our information comes from CreepyPasta, the CreepyPasta wiki, because that seems most reliable. The story was created by Alex Hall, who goes online as, or did at one point as Jaduzable, whatever that means.
Jaduzable.
And of course is about a haunted version of Majora's Mask. Did you ever play Majora's Mask?
No. My friend had the Nintendo 64 game. I remember the gold cartridge very well.
Yeah, it's
Let me tell you about young Minato and Majora's Mask. young Minato freaking raged quit so hard. I never finished the game because I just got so fucking upset. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not good enough. And all my friends were like, Minato, why haven't you beat the game yet? Like, I'm on this level. I'm doing this right now, and I'm still like at the beginning of the game. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need this anyways. And I threw the game out. Yep.
Oh dang! You
I threw
actually
it out.
threw it out.
I threw it out, and then my cousin grabbed it, and he's like, yeah, no, we don't do this. I'm taking this from you. And I never saw that game ever again.
Yeah, you can play it on Switch now.
Maybe I'll come back to it and be like, all right, we're facing our
I have
traumas
a-
right now.
Remember how I said I have a 3DS? I have the 3DS version of Majora's Mask.
Yeah,
And
that's the one I
Ocarina
was
of Time.
playing. The 3DS version.
Oh, you were?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's already haunted. Nina can play Majora's Mask. Yeah, yeah. With extension, the expansion pass thingy. Anyway, I just had to show you that information.
a very strange game.
I still need to play
like,
those
in hindsight,
games.
A lot of
I
the
haven't played
aesthetics
them
were kind of
yet.
weird. The choices,
Mm-mm.
for a kid's game at least, like the.
I remember like watching him play it with the moon. Or,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
smiling
the giant,
or whatever.
giant
Yeah.
smiling moon. Yeah. So
That's the
The
one.
moon
post number
wasn't
one,
smiling.
September 7th, 2010. Okay, X. You'll never guess where this was originally posted. Okay, X. I need your help. This is not copy pasta. This is a long read, but I feel like my safety or well-being could very well depend on this. This is video game related, specifically Majora's Mask, and this is the creepiest shit that has ever happened to me in my entire life.
All right.
Having said that, I recently moved into my dorm room starting as a sophomore in college, and a friend of mine gave me his old Nintendo 64 to play. I was stoked, to say the least. I could finally play all of those old games of my youth that I hadn't touched in at least a decade. His Nintendo 64 came with one yellow controller and a rather shoddy copy of Super Smash Bros. And while beggars can't be choosers, needless to say, it didn't take long until I became bored of beating up level 9 CPUs.
That's fair.
That weekend, I decided to drive around a few neighborhoods about 20 minutes or so off campus, hitting up the local garage sales, hoping to score
Wait,
on some
this
good
is
deals
Nina
from
who
ignorant
won't play
parents.
Super Smash Bros.
I ended up picking up a copy of Pokemon Stadium, GoldenEye, F-Zero.
I played at one point, at one point in my life, and then I stopped.
Satisfied, I began to drive out of the
And then I
neighborhood
lost it.
when
I
one
lost
last
the
house
touch.
caught my attention. I still have no idea why it did. There were no cars there, and only one table was set up with random junk on it. but something sort of drew me there. I usually trust my gut on these things, so I got out of the car and I was greeted by an old man. His outward appearance was, for a lack of a better word, displeasing.
Wow.
It was odd.
Damn.
If you asked me to tell you why I thought he was displeasing, I couldn't really pinpoint anything.
That's wild.
There was just something about him that put me on edge. I can't explain it.
We just saw this old man. We're like, I don't like
I
you.
don't like you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, no.
Oh, poor old man.
God, this poor guy. You know, I really hope this guy isn't weird or like. Because after this, like, I don't know. I really hope this guy isn't weird.
How are
That's
we
why you
only
fight
30 minutes
multiple-
into the video?
I don't know, especially since we're on the second one. It's like we're only going over 3, so it's like, what's going on?
We've
What's
already
happening?
it's already been an hour and we're only
I don't
30
know how
minutes
that.
in.
I don't know how
We've
that
been
happened.
yapping too much.
Yeah, maybe. And play
All I
random
can
for.
tell you is that if it wasn't in the middle
Poor
of the
Archie.
afternoon and
Are you
there
the
were
old
other
man,
people within
Archie?
shouting distance, I
Yeah.
would not have even thought of approaching this man.
What would you say this old man looks like? When he says that, what would you say? My mind immediately goes to a Vietnam War veteran. I don't know why.
Damn.
I kind of
Damn.
go the other way a bit. I almost imagine he's too clean cut, you know, like glasses, trousers, you know.
It's always
like
the glasses.
very-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, this is my garage sale.
Kind of like he's like a character out of a show. or
Wearing
something,
plaid,
you know?
wearing
Like,
would you like to
trousers,
have my
everything's
goods?
ironed
Yeah,
clean.
I like that. Like his hair is like super
Very
thin.
tidy.
Yeah.
Bow
You can see
tie.
the top of his scalp.
Yeah.
And he combs it over, and he's just like, "Would
Very
you like
tidy.
to buy a lamp?"
Yeah, that guy.
Because that would creep me out. If I went to a garage sale and it was just one old man with a table, and he's just like, "What do you think of this?" And it's like a butterfly collection. You're like, "You're a fucking psychopath, you old freak."
Oh my God.
Long time.
You kind of look like him. You smell like him too.
You smell like
You
him.
smell like lavender.
Let me touch you.
I want to caress your cheeks and pinch your cheeks just like my grandson. He died in a drowning accident when he was 7 years old.
Oh
Why did you
man.
say drowning accident just then?
Ben drowned.
Okay, all right. I forgot that was the title of the story because
That's the title
okay,
of the
yeah.
deal. Ben drowned.
I forgot that was the title of this story because this story does go to a drowning being related, and I was like, there is no way you just pulled that out of the air.
You had such a fucking Poindexter point there. You're just like,
Yeah.
How did you know that?
How'd you know that? Yeah.
Actually, how did you know that that was gonna happen?
like the title says Ben drowned.
Oh, okay.
He flashed a crooked smile at me and asked what I was looking for. And immediately I noticed that he must be blind in one of his eyes. His right eye had that glazed over look about it.
You know, it could just
Okay.
be
I
I
cataracts.
forced myself to look to his left eye instead, try not to offend, and asked him if he had any old videos.
We're just very assuming
Glazed
there's
over
this
is a
character
wild way to
or this
say
person.
cataracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I was already wondering
Yeah.
how I could politely excuse myself from the situation when he would tell me he had no idea what a video game was, but to my surprise, he said he had a few ones in an old box. He assured me he'd be back in a jiffy and turned to head back into the garage.
I hate that. I hate when old people use the word jiffy.
Is that a reoccurring
Really?
problem for you?
There's been many times with my grandpa. I'd go to see his friends, and he'd be like, "I'll be right back in a jiffy." That's what they say, and they scuttle off because old people are bugs. They're a waste of space. They just
Damn.
die.
Kind of like how you feel about
Oh my
our
God.
fans.
No,
Exactly.
Wow.
Our fans, yep.
you know what?
Wow.
But you
what's
can
cute,
get money
dude, is
from
you
the fans. so
No,
maybe
no,
they
no.
serve
You
a
know what?
purpose.
You know what?
That's
what's cute is
wild.
You think that these fans are going to turn against me when they know that Papa Meat is the real champion of the fans. I'm a man of the people, dude.
You think if we had a poll that was which one of the two CreepCast hosts cares about us more, you think you would win that?
No, I don't think I do
Yep.
because I think you're the more popular host for sure. But I think that in people's body and mind, they know. And
That's
people know
right.
deep down, even if they won't admit it now, they're gonna be 40 years old. There's gonna be some CreepCast fan who's I don't know how old our fans are. Hopefully like 20. I don't know how old people are. They just sit there and when they're 40, they're like, you know what? Hunter really was the champion, wasn't he? And my fucking spirit's gonna haunt him, and I'm gonna say, yeah.
That's a cute little
the
fantasy
same voice.
constructed for yourself. I'm going to go
Thank
back
you.
to the story now.
Damn.
Never-ending story.
As I watched him hobble away,
He said,
I
"That's
couldn't
nice
help but
anyways."
notice what he was selling on his
Yeah.
table. Littered across his table were rather peculiar paintings, various artworks that looked like ink blots that a psychiatrist might show you.
Okay.
Curious, I looked through them. It was obvious why no one was visiting this guy's garage sale. They weren't exactly aesthetically pleasing. As I came to the last one, for some reason, it looked almost like Majora's Mask. The same heart-shaped body with little spikes protruding outward. Initially, I just thought that since I was secretly hoping to find that game at these garage sales, some Freudian bullshit was projecting itself into the ink blots. But given the events that happened afterward, I'm not so sure now.
Ooh,
I
okay.
should have asked the man about it. I wish I would have asked the man about it. After staring at the Majora-shaped blot, I looked up and the old man was suddenly there again, arm's length in front of me, smiling at me. I'll admit, I jumped out of reflex and I laughed nervously as he handed me a Nintendo 64 cartridge. It was the standard gray color, except that someone had written Majora on it in black permanent marker. I got butterflies in my stomach as I realized what a coincidence this was and asked him how much he wanted for it. The old man smiled at me and told me that I could have it for free. It used to
Damn,
belong
really?
to a kid who was about my age that didn't live here anymore. There was something weird.
What? What?
What?
What a weird fucking thing. What do you mean, what? The old man smiled at me and told me that I could have it for free, that it used to belong to a kid who was about my age that didn't live here anymore. What like your grandson? What does
His
that mean?
grandson?
The child
I
doesn't
assume
live
he
here
said
anymore.
he opened by saying he went to a weird neighborhood. So I assume he means the neighborhood.
That makes it even worse. That makes it so much.
An old boy used to come play this game in my basement.
What doesn't
But-
mean
Oh,
that-
stop! I didn't even see it like that.
You're doing the thing. You're doing the thing.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't even see it like that. I thought it was normal. I'm like, what's going on? Why are we coughing?
Yeah.
Why are we stopping? Okay.
I was
Did
just
he-
thinking
did he
like
move?
grandson,
Did he
relative.
No.
Yeah,
he
same,
doesn't
same,
live
same.
here anymore.
I'm sorry about Baraska, okay? I know that you have this knee-jerk reaction whenever kids come into stories now because of all that. I get it.
Oh my god.
But just because you have an old man who's like, oh, well, I came across this cartridge. Yeah, it belonged to some kid who lived around here. I don't really need it. You can have it. It is not infeasible. Kid moves away. Parents
It is going to be.
start giving his stuff away. Old man buys like a trunk of clothes or whatever. Who knows what. And oh, look, there's a game cartridge in there.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh so hard, Isaiah. I'm going to rafflecopter, as the kids say. The day that you were like, "Hey, I can't record today because someone
I can't.
harvested my organs," because you're so fucking naive.
He's gonna say
You're
that,
gonna let
bro.
someone come in and cut up all your gutty works and take it.
Yeah,
Damn.
I can't. Someone took my
boy is-
screen.
Is what you're gonna say, and I'm like, "What happened?"
Oh, yeah, I don't know. This guy was just following me, but it seemed normal.
That's you.
As he takes your
That's such a
spleen.
cryptic message that it used to belong to a kid who was about my age who didn't live here anymore. What is that even? Did he live in the house? Then why just be like, my grand? Because listen, you can do this in a different way where the guy's like, hey, my grandkid used to play games here, right? But no, this old creepy fuck is like, there was low. The kid doesn't live anymore, but if you want it, you can have it. I don't know. I'm an old man. Doesn't make any sense, dude.
Oh,
Go ahead, keep reading. Go ahead.
You
Let's see where no, I bet the old guy's fine. Oh, I bet I bet he's a perfectly normal guy.
he could rationalize it in his mind. Our protagonist could rationalize the interaction as just like a weird way to phrase some kid that lived down the street. The next sentence he says that he phrased it weirdly, but it's not the old man going, it's the kid I had in my basement. It's just like, oh, he lives around here. And that's enough nuance that your brain could be like, oh, that's a weird way to say it.
I love that the literal next sentence is there was something weird about the way the
Yes,
man
yes,
phrased it.
clearly there's something weird about it, but that's not immediately like, I capture children.
Okay. All right.
Can I go back to the
and keep
story?
them in my basement.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear what happens next.
There was
Oh my goodness.
There was something weird about how the man phrased that, but I didn't really pay any attention to then. I was too caught up in not only finding this game, but getting it for free. I reminded myself to be a bit skeptical since this looked like a pretty shady cartridge and there's no guarantee it would
Yeah,
work.
it looks shady.
But
What the
then
heck?
optimism inside me
In the back?
interjected that maybe it was some kind of beta version or pirated version of the game, and that was all I needed to be back on Cloud 9. I thanked the man, and the man smiled at me and wished me well, saying,
Goodbye, then.
at least that's what it sounded like to me. All the way in the
Oh.
car ride home, I had a nagging doubt
What does
that
that
the
mean?
man had said something else. My fears were confirmed when I booted up the game. To my surprise, it worked just fine. And there was one save file named simply Ben. Goodbye, Ben. He was saying goodbye, Ben. I felt bad for the man. Obviously a grandparent and obviously going senile, and I, for some reason or another, reminded him of his grandson, Ben.
Oh, that's kind of
Okay.
interesting. The whole idea too about being
Oh,
like,
man.
goodbye, Ben, and then feeling like you like. Do you think that the person that's writing the story too? Do you think that he's saying like, oh, I probably took, like this old man was like, oh, of course this is yours because you were Ben, so now he feels like he stole it in a way.
Wait, what do you
You know
mean
what I mean?
yours? Like, it was the old man's?
Like because he thought he's like goodbye then, and he's like, oh, okay, sure, and he got the game cartridge for super cheap, right?
Yeah.
So he goes back and sees the goodbye Ben thing, or he sees the Ben, and he's like, oh, he said goodbye Ben. So now
Yeah.
the guy, I'm wondering if our narrator is like,
Or he moved in and the family that used to live there lived stuff? Oh, left stuff.
Left stuff.
Something's telling me Ben's not with us anymore. But something happened to Ben.
Ben drowned.
Yeah, just because of the title
Ben
alone.
drowned.
Yeah. Ben's not with
Ben
us anymore.
drowned.
I think maybe, just maybe, Ben went to go sleep with the fishes.
Literally.
Literally. Oh man. Ben's fine. Okay. Let's keep telling ourselves that. Yes.
oh fuck, well I just
Ben's
like,
okay.
probably borderline stole this cartridge from this guy
but
because he thought
there's
that it was,
also a level of like an old man, because he says a grandparent, right? He's like, oh, I assume
Right.
this was his granddad. Like, that's kind of
Sure.
sad. Maybe he just
fine.
wanted rid of it, and he passed it off to me.
True.
That was more symbolic for him than anything,
yeah.
So-
I mean, yeah, even him being senile. I mean, I don't know. So it's just like old brain rot type stuff.
Yeah, he has sympathy for him, I think.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, I looked at the save file. Eyeballing it, I could tell that he was pretty far in the game. He had almost all of the masks and 3/4 remains of the bosses. I noticed that he had used an owl statue to save his game. He was on day 3 and by the Stone Tower Temple with hardly an hour left before the moon would crash.
Oh.
I remember thinking that it was a shame that he had come so close to beating the game, but he never finished it. I made a new file named Link out of tradition and started the game, ready to relive my childhood.
There's something kind of interesting too. You ever like go to a buddy's house, or you ever get buy a used game or something, or like a used memory card, and you see all the saved games, and there is like a weird kind of like, I guess not nostalgia, but there's something that's just like you're kind of taking over somebody else's life on
Yeah.
that system.
I
You know
get
what
that
mean? You know how
feeling
weird
too.
that is.
I remember being
I
a
used
kid,
to get
we
that
would go
too.
to-
Yeah.
I think it was a GameStop
Yeah.
or like one of those local GameStops, whatever.
Right.
And they were selling, it was like a basket of old PS2 memory cards that are used.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, man, that's there's something kind of haunting about that. Like, it'd be cool theoretically to grab one and be like, oh, let's see what's on here, but
Well, you know what's weird is I always used to get freaked out because I don't know if people feel the same or if you feel the same, but whenever I did the same thing with like PS2 memory cards, and they'd have like a little basket, and it's like they're all just like a set price. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But my whole thing was I always got hung up in the idea that like, oh, I'm gonna get some memory card of like a guy who was super shitty. Like a guy that I there was a kid in my school who was such a dickhead about video games, and I was always like, I almost every time I got a used memory card, I was always like, God, I hope it's not this guy's memory card.
Oh.
It was like some kind of weird ownership aspect. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an
It was
interesting
such a
way of
weird
thinking
thing, but I
about
always
it.
hung up about it.
Man,
I
I'm
never
looking
thought
at
about it
pictures.
that
I was
way.
like, how big was that memory card I have? I looked up the picture of the one I have, 8 megabytes, and it felt like it held so much, you know? Anyway, for such a shady looking game cartridge, I was impressed at how smoothly it ran. Literally just like a retail copy of the game, save for a few minor hiccups here and there. Like textures being where they shouldn't be, random flashes of cutscenes at odd intervals, but nothing too bad.
Okay.
However, the only thing
Surprisingly
that
good
was
for
a little unnerving was
something that looked like
at
that.
times the NPCs would call me Link, and at other times they would call me Ben. I figured it was just a bug, a fluke in the programming causing our files to get mixed up or something. It did kind of creep me out though after a while, and it was around after I had beaten the Woodfall Temple that I regrettably went into the save files and deleted Ben.
Oh
I had intended to preserve the file
Oh.
just out of respect of the game's original owner. It's not like I needed 2 files anyway, hoping that would solve the problem. It did, and it didn't. Now NPCs wouldn't call me anything. Where my name should be in the dialogue, there was just a blank space. My save file name was still called Link, though. Frustrated and with homework to do, I put the game down for a day.
Okay.
I started playing the game again last night, getting the lens of truth and working my way towards completing the Snowhead Temple. Now, some of you more hardcore Majora's Mask players know about the 4th day glitch. For those who don't know, you can
I've
Google
heard
it,
about
but
it.
the gist is that right as the clock is about to hit 0 on the final day, you talk to the astronomer and look through the telescope. If you time it right, the countdown disappears and you essentially have another day to finish whatever you were doing. Decided to do the glitch to try and finish the Snowhead Temple. I happened to get it right on the first try and the time counter at the bottom disappeared. However, when I pressed B to exit the telescope, instead of being greeted by the astronomer, I found myself in the Majora boss fight room at the end of the game, the trippy boxed in arena, staring at Skull Kid hovering above me. There was no sound, just him floating in the air above me, and the background music, which was regular for the area, but still creepy. Immediately, my palms began to sweat. This was definitely not normal. Skull Kid never appeared here. I tried moving around the area, and no matter where I went, Skull Kid would always be facing me.
That's kind of
looking at
creepy.
me, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Nothing would happen though, and this kept up for around 60 seconds. I thought the game had bugged or something, but I was beginning to doubt that very much. I was about to reach for the reset button when text appeared on my screen.
You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation.
I instantly recognized that text. You get that message when you get the room key from Anju at the Stockpot Inn. But why was it playing here? I refused to entertain the notion that it was almost as if the game was trying to communicate with me. I started navigate the room again, testing to see if that was some sort of trigger that enabled me to interact with something here. Then I realized how stupid I was to even think that someone could reprogram the game like this was absurd. Sure enough, 15 seconds later, another message appeared on the screen. And again, like the first one, it was already a pre-existing phrase.
Go to the lair of the temple's boss? Yes? No.
I paused for a second, contemplating what I should press and how the game would react.
I'm
And I
sweating.
realized that I couldn't select no. Taking a deep
Sweater
breath,
already,
pressed
Mom
yes, and the screen
spaghetti.
faded to white. With the words, dawn of a new day, with the subtext,
Nice squire.
all eyes beneath it. Or at least all lines. Where I was ported to filled me with the most intense sense of dread and impending fear I had ever experienced. The only way I can describe the way I felt here is having this feeling of inexplicable depression on a profound scale. I am normally not a depressed person, but the way I felt here was a feeling that I didn't even know existed. It was such a twisted, powerful presence that seemed to wash over me. I appeared in some kind of weird Twilight Zone version of Clocktown. I walked out of the clock tower, as you normally do when you start from day one, only to find that all of the inhabitants were gone.
Oh.
Usually, with the 4th day glitch, you can still find the guards and the dog that runs around outside the tower. This time, they were all gone. What replaced them was the ominous feeling that there was something out there. in the same area as me and that it was watching me.
Uh-oh.
I had 4 hearts to my name and the hero's bow.
Spoopy.
But at this point, I wasn't even considered for my avatar. I felt that I personally was in some kind of danger. Perhaps the most chilling thing was the music. It was the Song of Healing, ripped straight from the game itself, but played in reverse.
Oh.
Music would get louder, building up
That's
as if you
wild.
should expect something to pop out
Yeah.
at you, but nothing ever did. And the constant loop began to wear on my mental state. Every now and then, I would hear the faint laugh of the happy mask salesman in the background, just quiet enough so that I wasn't sure if I was just hearing things, just loud enough to keep me determined to find him. I looked in all 4 zones of Clocktown, only to find nothing. No one. Textures were missing.
A meme that
West
you needed to send
Clocktown had
me?
me walking on air. The entire area felt broken, hopelessly broken. As the reverse Song of Healing repeated for what must have been the 50th time, I just
I would go
remember standing
insane.
in the middle of South Clocktown, realizing that I had never felt so alone in a video game before. As I walked through the ghost town, I don't know whether it was a combination of the out-of-place textures and the atmosphere and the haunting melody of the once peaceful and soothing song being butchered and distorted, but I was literally on the verge of tears and I had no idea why.
Oh.
I hardly ever cry. Something had gripped me here, and this powerful sense of depression that was both foreign and crippling. I tried leaving Clocktown, but every time I attempted to zone out, the screen would fade to black and I would just zone into another part of Clocktown. I tried playing my ocarina. I wanted to escape. I did not want to be here. Every time I played the Song of Time or Song of Soaring, it would only say,
Your notes echo far, but nothing happens.
By this point, it was obvious the game didn't want me to leave, but I had no idea why it was keeping me here. I didn't want to go inside the buildings. I felt that I would be too vulnerable there to whatever I was terrified of. I don't know why, but I came up with the idea that maybe if I drowned myself at the laundry pool, I could spawn somewhere else and leave this place. As I zoned in and ran towards the pool, that's when it happened. Link grabbed his head, and the screen flashed for a brief moment of the happy mask salesman smiling at me.
Oh my god.
Me, with Skull Kid Scream playing in the background, and when the screen returned, I was staring at the Link statue from playing the song Elegy of Emptiness. Are you familiar with what these things look like, by the way?
I feel like very, like,
Gee.
I wouldn't say I'm definitely an expert, but I feel like the only thing I truly remember,
This is
if I'm being
awkward.
honest, is
This is
just
weird.
the mask
Oh,
on the
man.
cover of the game and the smile of the moon. But I'm just getting pictures.
Listening
like, I'm
to
kind
the
of
Song
painting
of
pictures
Healing on
myself that are,
repeat.
like, to
You
myself
can do that on
are,
your own time.
you know, like just variants of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
And I also, and I do remember, I think like the South Clocktown, like I feel like I remember that pretty well.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is, I love the world building of this too, because it kind of feels like, so far, if I had to guess anything, just because we're at a preamble here, is it feels like it's like possibly the ghost of a child or some kind of kid like haunting this game or is stuck in this game and is maybe looking for somebody to like take his place in the game or something, or
Yeah.
you know, that kind of vibe. But I love the idea of, because I feel like everyone has been there, right? Or at least me when I was younger. I used to
Everyone's
play
been
like,
trapped inside of a game. Am I right, boys?
Dude.
or even like the idea, I guess, more so
Dude.
that, like, you know what I mean, when you're like transfixed and you're scared playing a game, but you don't want to turn it off, but it's like you also don't want to proceed forward in
Yeah.
a weird way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally
I
me and White Day.
I had Quake on Nintendo 64. And I remember I was so scared playing that game. I was so fascinated by it, but it was so haunting. I would like yell for my mom. I'm like, Mom, come here and watch me play this. Whatever. I was just horrified.
Aw.
all the time. It's kind of one of those things. So it's like to be trapped in this, to be actually transfixed in this, but then also to have the game be altered in this way where you're like, I feel like I cannot even like lose grip of the controller is just a really interesting archetype.
Yeah, it's also like, it's a weird area of gaming where, like, you know, everyone's experience was personal. You know, online play wasn't a huge thing yet or whatever. You could kind of,
Yeah.
like, not that it happened to you, but you could see this situation playing out in your head. you know? Because nowadays, if this started, you just be like, hey, Reddit, what happened? How do I fix this glitch?
Yeah.
Like,
There's
Yeah.
like really no exploration
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
There's also something interesting of like owning someone else's game cartridge or something that's like theirs. You know what I mean? It's almost like buying a house to somebody who died or something. The same way that also whenever you delete someone's save file, it's almost like you're deleting their memory or their soul off of this thing. And that's just, it's so like, I don't know, cheesy, but I also love that idea of just like a horror.
That's such an interesting point because I feel like when I would like buy
Yeah.
pre-owned games as a kid, now that I'm thinking about it like this, I always like I think most times, like maybe 8 out of 10 times, I would delete the previous saved games. And now that
Same
I'm thinking
here.
about it like this, it's kind of
I'm kinda
creepy.
like, ooh,
Oh, like did I do that?
yeah, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, yikes. Sorry, my bad.
Concept.
Yeah. I think so. It's this is better than I remember so far.
Yeah, I'm curious. I really don't know where it's going to go, so I'm curious.
We shall continue on. I screamed
Yes.
as the thing just stared back at me with that haunting facial expression. I turned around and ran out and back into South Clocktown, and to my horror, the statue followed me in the only way I
Oh,
can
hell no.
compare is like the weeping
Yeah.
angels from Doctor Who. Every so
Nuh-uh.
often, at random intervals, the animation would play of the statue appearing behind me. It was like the thing was chasing me, or I don't even want to say it, haunting me.
The statue, can you explain a little bit why, like what that looks like?
Yeah, it's a statue of Link that looks like
Creepy.
Link, but made out of clay, almost. By this point, I was on the verge of hysterics, but not even once did the thought
You
of
didn't
turning
have
off the
fun
console occur
afterward?
to
That's
me.
wild,
I
Archie.
don't know why. I was so wrapped up in it. Terror felt also real. I tried to shake the statue, but it would literally appear right behind me every single time. Link started to begin to make weird animations I had never seen him do before. He would flail his arms around or spasm randomly, and the screen would cut to the happy mask salesman smiling at me
God.
for a brief moment before I was face to face with that statue again. I ended up running into the Swordmaster's dojo and ran to the back. I don't know why, but in my panic, I just wanted some kind of assurance that I'm not alone here. To my dismay, I found no one. But as I turned to
Oh
leave,
man.
the statue cornered me in the cubby in the back. I tried attacking the statue with my sword, but to no avail. Confused and backed into a corner, I just stared at the statue, waiting for it to kill me. Suddenly,
Hiya,
the
Taco.
screen
How are
flashed
you?
again to
Welcome
the happy
in.
mask salesman, and Link turned to face my screen, standing upright, mirroring the statue, looking at me along with his copy, literally staring at me. Whatever was left
Hello,
of the fourth wall was
Taco.
completely shattered while I ran out of the dojo terrified. Suddenly, the game warped me to an underground tunnel, and the reverse song of healing queued up again as I was
Not
given a brief moment
again.
of rest before the statue
Not
started appearing
again.
behind me again, this time aggressively. I could
Oh,
only take a few
jeez.
steps before it would summon behind me again. I hurriedly made my way out of the tunnel.
some
and
point, I
appeared
just
in
stopped
southern
playing.
Clocktown. As I ran
Yeah.
aimlessly in a sheer panic, suddenly a re-dead screamed, and the screen faded to black as Dawn of a New Day and the line title card appeared again. The screen faded in, and I was standing on top of Clock Tower with Skull Kid hovering over me again, silent. I looked up, and the moon was back, looming just meters above my head, but the Skull Kid just stared at me hauntingly.
Okay.
That
Look, he kind of
mask.
just randomly teleported in front of me.
A new song was playing.
That
The
kind of
Stone Tower
yeah,
Temple
spooked me.
theme played in reverse. In some sort of
And
desperate
again in
attempt,
reverse.
I equipped my bow and fired off a shot at the Skull Kid, and it actually hit him, and he played an animation of him
Oh.
rolling back. I fired again, and on the third arrow, a text box appeared saying,
That won't do you any good. Hee hee.
and I was picked up off the ground, levitated
Oh,
upwards on my
wow.
back, and then Link screamed as he burst into flames, instantly killing him. I jumped when this happened. I had never seen this move used by anyone in the game, and Skull Kid himself didn't have any moves. As the death screen played, my lifeless body still burning, Skull Kid laughed and the screen faded to black, only to have me reappear in the same place. I decided to charge him, but the same thing happened. Link's body was lifted off the ground by some unknown force, and he immediately burst into flames again, killing him. This time during the death screen, the faint sounds of the reverse song of healing could be heard. On my third and final try, I noticed that there was no music playing this time. That all there was eerie silence.
Oh, I don't like it!
Skull Kid, you were supposed to use the ocarina to either travel back in time or summon the giants. I attempted to play the Song of Time, but before I could hit the last note, Link's body once again horrifically exploded into flames, and he died. As the death screen neared its end, it began to chug, as if the cartridge was trying to process a lot of something. When the screen came to, it was the same scene as the first 3 times, except this time, Link was lying on the ground, dead, in a position I had never seen in the game before. His head tilted towards the camera, with the Skull Kid floating above him. I couldn't move. I couldn't press any buttons. All I could do is just stare at Link's dead body. After around 30 seconds of this, the game simply fades out with the message,
"You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?"
before kicking you out to the title screen.
Wow,
Upon getting
really?
back to the title screen and starting again, I noticed my save file was no longer there. Instead of Link, it was replaced with
Oh, hell
Your
no. No, 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 no,
Your
no, no,
turn.
no.
Oh
had 3
no.
hearts, 0 masks, and no items. I selected your turn, and immediately when I did, I was returned to the clock tower rooftop scene of my Link dead and the Skull Kid hovering over, with the Skull Kids laughing, looping again and again. I quickly hit the reset button, and when the game booted up again, there was one more save file added below your turn, entitled Ben.
Whoa.
Ben's save file is right back where it was before I deleted it, at the Stone Tower Temple with the moon almost crashing. I turned the game off at that point. I'm not superstitious, but this is way too messed up, even for me. I
Yeah.
haven't played it at all today. Hell, I didn't even get any sleep last night. I kept hearing the reverse song of healing music in my head and just remembering the sense of dread I felt exploring Clocktown. I drove back to the old man's house today to ask him some questions with a buddy of mine. No way I was going there alone, only to find that there's a for sale sign in the front yard, and when I rang the door, no
He
one
wasn't
was
there.
So now I'm back here writing down the rest of my thoughts and recording what happened. Sorry if some of this has grammatical errors and whatnot. I'm running on no sleep here. I'm terrified of this game, even more so now that I relived it a second time writing this all down. But I feel like there's still more to it than meets the eye, and that there's something calling me to investigate this further. I think Ben is something in this equation, but I don't know what. And if I could get
Yeah.
a hold of the man,
Yeah,
then I would be able to
definitely.
find some answers.
You're not seeing that
I
old
need
man
another day
again.
or so to recuperate before tackling this game again. It's already taken a toll on my sanity, I feel like. But next time I do this, I'm going to be recording my footage all the way through. The idea to record only came to me towards the end, so you can see the last few minutes of what I saw, including Skull Kid and the elegy statue, but it's on YouTube here. I'm going to stay in this thread for a little while longer before I fall asleep to answer any questions you guys might have, or hopefully listen to your ideas or theories to help me shed some light into this, or maybe things I should try to do. I think I'm going to play Ben's file tomorrow to see what happens. Maybe I was supposed to do that all along. I don't believe in paranormal shit, but this is a little messed up. But maybe this Ben guy is just a really good hacker or programmer. I don't want to think about the alternatives if he isn't. That's the end of the copy paste. I'm hoping that maybe this is some kind of running gag the developers had, and that other people have gotten gag or hacked copies of the game like this. This just really scares me.
End of post 1. I really like that there really is a little.
Oh,
video
there's
file, too, that
multiple
you can
posts?
download.
That wasn't the only
thing,
one?
I
Yeah.
think, is recorded. All the
Dude, that was creepy. Okay, hold. How many posts? Jeez. I mean, I guess there's like at least probably 2 more. I'm gonna guess. Things are better in 3s. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll up because I know I missed a bit. You restart your own save. Do you kill your younger self? Yes. Damn. Yeah, it's Spend Round. It's like so. We're reacting to creepy grab bag which basically, from what I see, it's they're going over 3 copy pastas right now.
Creepy pastas.
Creepy pasta, that's what it's called. Thank you. They're going over 3, and we already went over one of them earlier. Like that was like 30 minutes long. Hi T, how are you? Welcome in. Yeah, Matura's mask is already a little creepy enough, even without this. 100% Taka. Okay, moving on.
The big story
You're my
moments.
kitty.
Yeah, I was noticing that too.
That's
Just kind of
Smokey!
like very whimsical, very ethereal. Did you picture this whenever he was reading the story? Did you picture that? Do you still picture a guy
I
who
got
is
water in my...
just sitting there watching the game, or do you feel like he is totally submersed in like
He's submerged.
completely like in the not like in the game, but like his perception is like he's no longer just a guy holding a controller. He's, like, feels
I think he's in the game. Like, I feel like genuinely, I mean,
Yeah.
personally, like I said earlier, if I saw these creepy stuff happening or it was like the game wasn't working, I'd be like, you know what? It was a free game anyways. Although I would have loved to play this game because I was looking for this game. Although I would love to play this game, like it was free and it's having issues. I'm gonna stop playing. But Mans was absolutely immersed to the point where, like, I feel like he genuinely was very involved with the game, like pretty much like locked into the game.
He was locked in. He did not even realize he could stop playing at any time.
Yeah, no, for real. Ben was like, there's no pause. There's no pause. We're just gonna keep going. 30 minutes long. Look at yeah, no. It's we're an hour, just past an hour of this video, and we've been streaming for an hour and 40. Yeah.
Hey, I don't think he literally got pulled into the game or anything, but I think that, yeah, I mean, you've been there, like, you know, you're playing a game like late at night or whatever, and you're like zoned
The first
in, and then you
story
kind of,
was
like,
only
snap
30
out of
minutes
it
long.
a bit, you know. I think he's in that kind of state, like where the things happening to Link actually scare him, but then it's like terrifyingly broken by these fourth wall moments where like the thing in the game looks directly at him or whatever.
Well, it also feels like the only reason I was wondering, because I agree, I don't think he's literally in the game, but I do think I'm wondering how much of like his psyche or whatever is getting sucked into it to where it's like he's in a trance almost or something.
Yeah.
Literally.
To where now it's like you're kind of like stuck in this hell loop. You know what I mean? He's kind of hearing the same songs going backwards or whatever. It's just kind of interesting, and to especially be in such like a familiar world as something like a Zelda game or something feels kind of interesting.
Are you ready for post 2?
Post 2.
Posty 2.
September 8th, so literally the next
Post
day.
two.
I'm going to post what happened and link the video footage, but last night everything got too real for me. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making that thread. But last night, the Elegy of Emptiness statue, I had a dream about it. A dream that it was following me in my dream, that I would be minding my own business when I'd feel my neck hairs stand up on end. I would turn around, that thing, that horrible, lifeless statue would be staring with those empty eyes right at me, merely inches away. In my dream, I remember calling it Ben, and never before had I had a dream that I could remember so vividly. But the important thing is, I did get some sleep, I suppose.
Like, I guess, running for my
Today,
life.
putting off playing the game as long as I could, I drove back up to that neighborhood to see if the old man came back. As I expected, the car was still gone and no one was home. As I was walking back to my car, the man next door mowing the grass killed the power to his lawnmower and asked me if I was looking for someone. I told him that I was looking to talk to the old man that lived here, to which he told me what I already knew. He was moving. Trying a different avenue, I asked if the old man had any family or relatives I could talk to. I discovered that this old man had never been married, nor did he have any children or grandchildren through adoption.
What?
Starting to become worried, I asked one final question. One that
Who's Ben?
I should have asked
Yeah.
in the beginning. Who was Ben? The man's expression turned grim, and I learned that 4 doors down, around 8 years ago, on April the 23rd, the man informed me that it was the same day as his anniversary. That's how he knew the specific date. There was an accident with a young boy named Ben in the neighborhood. Shortly after his parents moved, and despite any further attempts to talk to the man to get more information, he wouldn't divulge anything else.
If you were him as well and you went back to the area to get some answers from the old man and the house was for sale, what would be your initial reaction to that?
If I had a haunted copy of a game and I thought the ghost of a child was stalking me because of this old man, I think I would kill him.
Well, yeah.
It's like,
That will haunt you down.
Let's just
Go
give it a
find
game.
you.
Buddy.
But do you believe right now that he thinks that the game is haunted
I think he's putting it
by
together.
this point in the story?
Because that's what he says at the
Okay.
end of part 1, where he says, I hope he was a really good hacker or programmer because of the alternative. Now
Right.
he's just figured out
Well,
that
sure.
Ben is the name of a boy that died, not a
Yeah.
kid who got really good at programming, right?
Right. I was curious because I was just like, if you went back, I was trying to put myself in those shoes of just being like, because you can kind of justify it where it's like, oh, well, he had the garage sale. He's probably selling some stuff before he was going to move. But it would still just be one of those things that would just be like, this is turning into a very series of like, I don't know, horrifying things that keep like a domino effect
Yeah,
almost or something.
Oh no, I would definitely blame the old dude. 'Cause,
Oh, 100%.
his initial reaction.
I mean,
was
it
like,
is all
maybe
his
it's like
fault.
grandkid or something, and that makes sense. But now it absolutely doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you've thrown all of that out the window pretty much.
Yeah. I went back and started playing again. I loaded up the game and immediately I jumped at the title screen where the mask flies by. The sound that played was not the normal whoosh sound, it was something much more higher pitched. I pressed start, bracing for the worst, but just like 2 nights ago, the files Your Turn and Bin were displayed. Truth be told, I looked at the bin file earlier. It seems to fluctuate between displaying the owl save and not. I brought up the bin file, hesitated for a moment, noticing that the stats were not the same as they originally were 2 days ago. It seemed like he had already completed the Stone Tower Temple this time. Summoning my courage, I selected it. So it seems like since it started, the save file has progressed somewhat.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Like, oh, now it's
That's
been
creepy.
further along. How the
There's,
hell did that
there's something
happen?
alive in there.
Exactly. How did that
progressing,
happen?
Yeah.
Immediately, I was thrust into complete chaos. Sure enough, I was outside Stone Temple Tower, but that's about all that was expected. The zone itself wasn't called Stone Temple Tower, but rather ST space O space N space E. And immediately, a dialogue box of complete gibberish that I couldn't make out greeted me.
Do you read that as Saint 1?
Oh, it could be. No, yeah, I didn't think of it that way. But it could
I'm
be.
just thinking out loud because yeah, for people it's ST no spaces and then space O space N space E. So it kind of reads like Saint 1. I don't know.
Yeah, or at least the 1 is supposed to be like emboldened out of it. But yeah, it could be.
Right.
Link's body was distorted. His back was cocked violently to the side where his posture was permanently disfigured. Link's
Gosh, that's
expression
so
was
weird.
dull, almost monotonous. He had an expression on his face that I didn't recognize before. It was a blank look, as if he was dead. As Link stood there, his body spasmed irregularly back and forth. I examined what had become of my avatar and noticed I had a C button item I had never seen before. Some kind of note, but pressing it did nothing. Sounds played back and forth that I didn't recognize from the game. Almost demonic in nature.
Poor Link's not doing okay
And
right
there was
now.
some kind of high-pitched yip or
Not
some
looking
kind of
too
laugh
hot.
or something playing in the background. I had all of 2 minutes to take in the environment before another one of those Elegy of Emptiness statues was summoned, and immediately after I was cut into the Dawn of a New Day screen, except this time it was without the line subtext. I was a Deku scrub in Clocktown. This scene would normally play after the first time you traveled back in time. Tattle would say,
What just happened? It's as if everything has.
but instead of saying, started over, she finished her remark in broken text as the laugh of the happy mask salesman played in the background. I was put back in control of my character, but from a screwed up camera angle. I was looking from behind the door to the clock tower, watching my avatar run around as a Deku scrub. Seeing as how I really had no place to go because I couldn't see anything, I begrudgingly went into the door. There, I was greeted by the happy mask salesman who simply told me,
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
before the screen widened out. I was in
Again.
Termina Field as a human again. I might as well not have been playing the same game anymore. I was being warped around and there was no sign of a day clock or anything. I took a moment to get my bearings as I looked around the field, and immediately I could tell that this was not normal. There were no enemies, and a twisted version of the Happy Mask Salesman's theme was playing. I decided to run towards Woodfall before I noticed a gathering of 3 figures off to the side, one of them being Epona. As I approached, to my horror, I saw the Happy Mask Salesman, the Skull Kid, and the Elegy of
The
Emptiness statue
statue.
just standing there.
Oh no, not
Just
the
I figured
vibing.
maybe
again.
they were bugged out.
Yeah.
But by now, I told myself that I should know better. Nevertheless, I approached them carefully and found that the Skull Kid was playing some kind of idle animation on loop, say with Apoda, and the Elegy of Emptiness statue was doing what it has been doing all along, just standing there eerily.
Villain.
It was the Happy Mask Salesman that scared me more profoundly than the other two. He too was idle, wearing that shit-eating grin, but wherever I moved,
Ever
his
following,
head slowly
yeah.
turned and followed me.
Yeah.
I not engaged in any dialogue with him, nor was I in combat with him, yet his head still continued to follow my movements. Reminded of my first encounter with the Skull Kid on top of Clock Tower, pulled out my ocarina, to which the game played the ding sound when you're supposed to play your ocarina,
Oh.
and tried a song
Oh.
I hadn't played yet. The Happy
Oh.
Mask Salesman's own song, and the song that had been playing on loop back in day 4, the Song of Healing.
So
I
violent.
finished playing the song, and as I did, an ear-piercing shriek blasted on my TV. The sky immediately started flashing. The Happy Mask Salesman's twisted theme song sped up, intensifying the fear inside me, and Link exploded into flames and died. The 3 figures stayed lit up during my death screen as they watched my lifeless body burn. I can't describe to you how sudden and terrifying the transition from eerie to terror it is. You're going to have to watch the video if you want to see firsthand.
I'm glad it's in the
That
background.
same fear that caused me to lose
Yeah.
sleep 2 days ago started to grip me again as I was met with the text
You've met with a horrible fate, haven't you?
for the 3rd time. There has to be some kind of meaning behind that. I had little time to ponder as I was immediately given another small cutscene of transforming into Azora, and now I find myself in Great Temple Bay. Hesitant but curious to see what the game had in store for me, I slowly made my way towards the beach, where I found Epona. I wondered why the game had decided to put her here. Was the game implying she was trying to get a drink? Unable to take the mask off, I decided that riding the steed wasn't the reason she was placed there. Suddenly, I realized that Epona kept neighing, and the way she was angled made it look like she was trying to signal a point to me
Looking
off
at
in
a
the
certain
distance.
direction.
It was a hunch, but I dove into Great Bay and started swimming. Sure enough, I almost missed it. I found something at the bottom of the ocean. One last Elegy of Emptiness statue. I went down to examine it, and suddenly, my Zora started doing a choking animation I'd never seen a Zora do before, which didn't even make sense because Zoras can breathe underwater. Regardless, my character choked to death and died. And again, the statue was the only thing that was highlighted in my death. I didn't respond this time. I was booted back to the main menu as if I
Oh,
restarted the
that
console.
was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
The press start screen was before me. I knew the only reason why it would put me here is because the save files had changed again. Taking a deep breath, I pressed start, and I was right. The new save files told me about
Oh,
that. Now, it
Ben
made sense why the statue appeared
Brown.
when I tried to go to the laundry pool. The game must have anticipated how I would have tried to escape the day 4 clock town. The 2 save files told me his fate. As I suspected, Ben was dead.
Yeah,
He had
shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Game obviously isn't through with me. It taunts me with these new save files. It wants me to keep playing. It wants me to go further. But I'm done with this shit. I'm not touching any more of the files. This is already way too horrifying for me, and I don't even believe in the paranormal, but I'm running out of explanations. Why would someone send me this message? I don't understand it. I just get too depressed thinking about this. The footage is up here for those who want to see it and try and analyze it. Maybe there's some kind of coded message in the gibberish or something symbolic in what I went through. I'm too emotionally and mentally drained to screw with it anymore.
End of post 2.
Damn.
So do you think that
Ooh.
Ben here is how do you read this? Do you read it as a threat or do you read it as Ben reaching out for help?
I think Ben's trying to tell him something, is the vibe I get. Maybe not help. Maybe if it's something as simple as a kid trying to communicate with the outside world, right? Like he's stuck in the game or something like that. His ghost is stuck in it. So if Ben is that statue or is represented by that statue and he's following him around, there's something haunting about the statue out in the ocean, you know, like the same place he drowned, or like representative of it.
That's wild
like
to
pretty
think
brutal.
about. Jeez.
It feels like a digital map of something that maybe happened in real life or something, like a recreation.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well let me ask you this. Do you find his presence threatening or do you find it threatening or not threatening? I guess just to make it easy.
I don't find Ben threatening. I find the mask salesman threatening.
Yeah. No,
That's
I
so
think
fair,
He's
yeah.
the entity who is pulling the strings, and Ben's a victim in it.
I find the game, I find like the mass salesman kind of vibe, or just the game in general threatening, but I don't find like it's odd. I don't find the statue necessary, which obviously the statue I believe is supposed to represent Ben.
Uh-huh.
But I don't find that as threatening as the salesman or even just the game as a whole contorting around and stuff. It feels like a trap, almost like a bear trap.
At first I thought that the statue was really spooky, but then like now seeing it correlating to Ben, and like I feel like every time something weird happens you hear the salesman laugh in the back.
Yeah.
And the fact that like if this really is Ben trying to inform the player of something,
I feel like Ben was murdered.
Yeah, it's what I'm getting to, and the fact that
And the salesman
people were laughing about it.
Yeah, and the salesman is somebody in real life.
Yeah.
And maybe maybe the mask salesman, and like I don't actually know because I haven't I don't actually know all the details of this creepypasta.
Okay, yeah.
But it'd be kind of cool if the mask salesman, the person that it corresponds to in real life, would be the person that sold him the game.
Oh.
Because, salesman.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Damn. Oh, there's so much to this. I'm really excited.
Explain why he would know him and why he would have the game.
Yeah. That's so true. Oh man. Ben.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. And like he's kind of parading Ben around as like his last victim, right?
I think so. I mean, that's at least what it thinks like, and it feels like, especially because he's a statue. It's like he's a statue. It's like the game's version of like a ghost or something too. Like it's like a
literally,
haunting. Oh, it's like it's indicative of like a statue you'd find in like a cemetery.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's like, okay, so the 3 save files together is Ben drowned, your turn, right? So the haunted mask salesman is kind of collecting souls almost, or like victims in the game, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, even the sentence of the files coming together, Ben drowned, now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he's...
And the fact that the old man is no more, like he's not around anymore is...
Goes on and plays this game,
it's
almost like
super
the ritual
sketch.
is becoming more and more complete.
Yeah, I agree. This is
almost like a seance or something.
Pretty good so far. I'm liking it.
I feel like I don't know, I enjoy it. I feel like it's an interesting thing. It also feels very catered. Like, do you find that, because you said you don't really know this game super well, do you think with him saying such specific landscapes and names, do you think that's distracting, or do you?
I can picture it in my head. If I played the game, I think I'd appreciate it more. But...
Ours, she says it feels like Ben was tricked into drowning. It's an interesting one. Yeah, it's an interesting.
But I mean,
that's what I was gonna say.
I can put it together.
I feel like if you're a
Especially
diehard of this
considering
game, I feel like
you can just go to the video and just see exactly what he's talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes
Like
it more
tricked
helpful
how?
too.
Anyway, post 3, which is 2 days after post 2. I know it's early in the morning, I stayed up all night. I can't sleep. I don't care if people see this. That's not the point. I just want the word to get spread so I don't suffer for nothing.
Don't
I've lost
suffer
the
for
will to talk
nothing.
About this, the less I dwell on this, the better. I think the video just speaks for itself. I did what you guys told me to do. I played the Elegy of Emptiness song at the first prompt by the game I was given, but I think that's what the game, or Ben, man, I can't even believe I'm even humoring the absurd idea that he exists in the game, wanted me to do. He's following me now, not just in the game, he's in my dreams.
Oh,
I see him all the
no.
time, behind my back, just watching me.
Uh-uh.
I haven't gone to any of my classes. I've stayed in my dorm room with the windows closed and the blinds shut. That way I know he can't watch me. But he still gets me when I play. When I play, he can still see me. The game is scaring me now. It talked to me for the first time. Not just using text that's already in the game. It spoke to me. Talked to me. It referenced Ben. It talked to me. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it wants. I never wanted this. I just want my old life back.
Oh, poor guy.
Stuff like this doesn't happen to people like me. I'm just a kid, not even old enough to drink yet. It's not fair. I want to go home. I want to see my parents again. I'm so far away from home here at this school. I just want to hug my mom again. I just want to forget that statue's horrible blank face. My original game file is back, just the way I left it before it was gone.
The link
I
one.
don't want to play anymore. I feel like something bad will happen if I don't, but that's impossible. It's a video game. Haunted or not, it can't hurt me, right? Like, seriously, though, it can't, right? That's what I keep telling myself. But every time I think about it, I'm not so sure.
Oh, the ad
the
spooked
game
you.
actually talking back to you. That would
My
fuck
bad.
me up.
It should be over
yeah.
now.
I would say it
was
would.
pointing
Just
into
speaking
going
to you.
into
Just
the
sitting there
ocean.
thinking about it too, though. You're playing the entire time. It's been text, and all
why
of a
would
sudden it actually.
somebody go into the ocean?
Oh, are you saying like Pona, like that was the like that could have been the reason that someone would go in just out of curiosity?
No, Arashi is saying that maybe Ben was tricked into drowning. And the reason why he thinks that is because Epina was standing at the edge, but I think it was Epina was there as a sign from Ben to kind of lead him towards the truth.
That's what I was kind of thinking too. Like maybe Ben like was in that specific spot where he drowned, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think it's a hint from Ben. I don't think it was a hint that he was tricked.
Hmm.
He talks to you. I feel like I'd be like, well, I have gone officially too far. I'm fucked. That's immediately what I would think. Well, all right, I'm done.
I'm looking at the footage he posted. It's like full bore cutscenes and stuff.
I love all the inclusions of the videos, like just like the weird mods and stuff.
Yeah.
How fun. The music is inherently creepy in the game too, honestly.
He plays the song, the music's being played backwards, and then it cuts to black. And every time that he does anything, the text says, "You shouldn't have done that." Then he's in the Happy Mask shop. Shouldn't have done that. Game freezes, cuts to black. And I'm going to read the text that it says. It says first, Ben is getting lonely.
Oh, that's
Then
a
he's walking
threat.
to the field, to the tree.
Yeah.
The statue appears behind him.
I don't like the sound of
Just
that.
him, the statue in the field. Screen cut to the man, and then the text says, "You will be given one last chance back to where it all began. Come play with us."
Does the game start over?
The final day. And then it goes back, cuts him back to the main screen. Yeah, that's terrifying. The game being like, you get one last chance, right?
Yeah, like what do you mean by
I'm
that?
like,
That's
yeah,
so.
it's just like you get one last chance.
I don't
It's
like
like, well,
that.
what am I doing wrong? I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Especially it looks like, yeah, it's just it's
The
super
game
odd.
saying repeatedly too, you shouldn't have done that is so menacing.
You should have done that, and then to think too. Now I'm in this place of sympathy even more for Ben, where it's like we're just seeing our main protagonist go through.
Yeah,
it
it's a
now,
good question,
but then
though,
You just have to
Archie.
assume that Ben was going through the
What does
exact
the horse
same thing
represent?
in his neighborhood before. You know what I mean?
Before he drowned, yeah.
don't know.
Now, part 5. Or wait, Sorry,
Post four.
Does it have to represent
which was made
anything?
2 days after post 3.
I don't think it
Let me just clear
represents
things up.
anything.
I know you guys are worried about Jed Usable is okay. That's the guy who's writing the story, by the way. Jed Usable.
Right.
He finished moving out today, and he said he's going back home. He's just taking the semester off. I'm not really sure what's happened. I have a vague idea, but you guys probably know more than I do.
Oh, I think I just got an idea.
Oh, what's that?
With the "you shouldn't have done that," I think that's Ben telling him you shouldn't have bought the game from him.
From the
From
shop,
the guy.
the salesman, or from the old
Yeah.
man. Well, I mean, technically, we're saying
the old
that they might be
man,
the
yeah.
same.
From the old man, and they're saying and when they say it's like, and then when they're saying, and then they're basically threatening him, saying that the old man is coming for him or something.
Ugh. Yet again, still so creepy since like the old man hasn't been seen in since post 1. I don't like this. Oh, you can't use that. Oh man. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm Jed Usable's roommate, and obviously I
So
knew
creepy.
something was wrong with him for a few days now.
Oh, he had a
He stayed
roommate.
in his room all the time, out of contact with literally all of his friends, and I'm pretty sure he hadn't been eating hardly anything. After the second day, I couldn't stay in there anymore, so I've been crashing at a buddy's place, only coming into my room to get stuff that I need. I tried talking to him several times, but he would cut me off or keep the conversation brief when I asked him about his strange behavior. It's like he was convinced something was hunting him. Yesterday, I came to grab my philosophy book, and he approached me, looking awful, like horrible bags under his eyes. He handed me a flash drive and gave me specific instructions. He told me that he needs me to do one last favor for him. He finally
One
explained to
last
me
favor.
what has been going on, gave me the account info to his YouTube account, and told me that he's getting away from here, that it lured him to play it again instead of trying to change things, and that he shouldn't have done that, and to upload the footage and inform people what happened.
What?
I told him he could do it himself, and he got this wild look in his eye and told me that he is never looking at that game again, and that's the last thing he said to me. Never even said bye when his parents came to pick him up. I never even got to meet his parents.
Damn.
Honestly, can't tell you what happened. When he spoke, it was kind of hard to understand him, and his screwed up appearance really distracted me. On the flash drive, there was footage of the game last night, a text document with his name and a password for YouTube, a third document called the truth.txt, containing what he told me were his notes that he'd taken. He told me that this meant everything to him, that I follow his instructions exactly. Normally, I wouldn't be so to the letter for a request over a video game, but the way he spoke and the way he looked made me know this was really serious, and I'm going to honor that.
Good guy.
I've had this video since yesterday, but had
Even
to
after
have someone
everything.
help me use Pinnacle.
Yeah.
That's not really my forte. That, after watching it, I had to go back through and look at his other videos on his YouTube account to realize what was going on, and even then, I'm really, really confused. This video I'm releasing tonight, the truth.txt, will be released on September 15th, just like
Oh my god,
the
my
press
birthday.
is. I haven't.
Wait, no, my
dated it
birthday.
yet,
This is
so the
creepy.
first
No,
time
I don't want
see
this.
it will be the first time you see it, out of respect to my friend. To answer your questions, no, I haven't tried calling him yet. I think I'll give him a call tomorrow to see if he's okay or not.
Yeah, please make sure he's
He should have
alive.
gotten back home by now.
Yeah.
About the video. In this video, I cut straight to when he uploaded the bin file in the game. Looking back, I realized that Jedusable left the save select screen in because it said different names sometimes, so my bad for that. But all it said this time was the same as the end of his last video. Link and bin. Nothing different. I wasn't there when he played it, but it looks to me like in the beginning when he first spawns, he's testing out his equipment or seeing what items he has or something. Because apparently they've changed randomly before. Then after that, I just think the game got too personal for him. And we have his footage. So I will click through the footage once again.
Oh God. Okay.
I kind of like the idea too that his roommate took over the post for it, or just kind of let you know what happened, and the guy couldn't even like keep preparing it,
Yeah.
or like, keep
Yeah.
typing into it.
So he's playing the game normally. I think someone who's more familiar
I
with the
think.
thing specifically. Nothing horrifically
Yeah.
wrong has happened yet, I don't think. Okay, here we go. First thing. A picture appears of the Ben statue or the elegy statue next to the masked salesman.
And the
And
salesman.
it says, keep this picture, yes or no. He selects no, and the screen starts shaking. Well, that's cool. There's always like broken text whenever he's talking to these creatures. And maybe if you went through and analyzed it, you could get more out of it. But it kind of looks like they're saying believing in your friend, believing in your friends and racing that belief by forgiving. This could also be text from the game. These feelings shaved, because I'm not familiar with the text of the game, happened. I think it is text from the game. It's just so broken up. But whenever it goes correctly, that's when, you know, it's the game speaking to him. Statue appears behind him once again.
Yeah.
Camera pans over it. And then he's shoved. I think he just got teleported underwater. Oh, what the?
Whoa.
What is that? I don't like that. So after he fights that thing underwater, he's in. Link suddenly appears in front of a grave.
Oh.
Like not the statue, like his character appears in front of a grave. And it says on the front of the grave, the melody that summons the tears of angels rests here. After that, he goes to another grave that says, the soul of a brave soldier from Akana rests here. So he's reading the text on tombstones. He's very slowly walking and then gets kind of dragged over in front of one grave. And it says, a vessel that holds wandering spirits rests here. And then Link trips and falls. He clips through the floor and falls through the world in front of the grave. And then the text says, this is once again a black screen. The game speaking directly to him says, it'll be our little secret.
No.
Okay?
I don't like it.
Man
I don't like it.
He then comes to an underground tunnel that the world's like twisted around. And then when he gets into
I
like
can see
the
it.
interior
Yes,
of
it
the
is.
temple, the Ben statue is there once again in the underground, literally underneath a graveyard, right?
grave,
The Ben
yeah.
statue. And then
Yeah.
screen goes black and
You
says,
can't run.
You can't run. The screen comes to, and now
No.
Link is standing in line with the Ben statue in front of
Yet
the
again, where did he
salesman.
come from? Where
And
the salesman come
the
from?
audio is like backwards and weird and creepy, and I don't like it. I don't want to listen to it. The camera then pans around Link, and the text from the game speaking to our player says, "Please help me," and he gets thrown.
Oh,
back to the
man.
start menu. So after that,
Oh,
he goes back into
God.
the game, and there are now 2 save files.
Matt.
Is that his real name?
Link, and another that says,
Is that the guy's real
Matt.
name?
So
No way,
I'm
right?
guessing our author's name was Matt.
Oh
He
no!
did not do what he was
Oh,
supposed to
no.
with that final chance, probably. And now his save file's
Oh.
there.
Should almost like he's a
Shoot.
part of the cycle now too. I
Oh
imagine.
no.
And we have our final post.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it's September 15th,
Wait.
which is 5 days after Jazubal. Is that how you're saying his name?
Jad usable or Jadusable or whatever.
Jad usable, whatever. So it's been 5 days since he posted, and I think this time, yeah, hey guys, Jad usable here. So now it's actually him posting and not his roommate.
Yep. This will be the last.
Oh, he
time
came
you'll be hearing
back.
from me. And this is
No,
my final
this is
gift
the
to you.
post that he made.
These are the notes that
Oh,
I've taken
in
and
advance.
realizations I've made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I delve into this, I want to thank you for following me and thank you for listening. It feels like the weight of a powerful burden is about to be lifted.
Yikes.
By the time you read this, I won't be around anymore.
Oh
And
man.
After spending 4 days with this maddening game, I've begun to understand what's really at play here. And hopefully after reading this, we can ensure that this never happens again. These are the things that I could not share with you while this was going on due to the circumstances to which I'll explain. With Ben blocking any attempt I made to try and relay the truth to you, I tried, ever so subtly, to warn you guys in various ways. Amidst the chaos and my delirium, I devised to make a barely noticeable pattern in my videos. In all 5 videos I recorded over the 4 days, I have either had the Mask of Truth, interacted with a Gossip Stone, or the Lens of Truth equipped at some point. For you Zelda enthusiasts, these are all symbols of honesty and trustworthiness, and I would hope that one of you may have picked up on the reference. As I played the file, which I would name Ben, being mindful of how Ben was watching over my every move in the game, I made a point to avoid doing anything too obvious, but I sent out a hidden message to you guys.
Oh.
I never equipped the lens, nor the mask, nor visited a stone. It worked and the video was uploaded. I prayed that someone would notice the pattern didn't apply to Ben. The tags followed suit too. I hope you guys paid attention to those as well. They were my little message to you. Nothing big enough that would catch Ben's attention or make him suspect anything. With Ben manipulating and changing my files, I honestly hope that what you guys saw was close to what actually happened, but there's no way for me to know. This may be a long read. I don't have time to proofread or make all my research pretty, but here it all is. That's pretty sick that the stuff in game is actually like he was holding like items of honesty during like moments of legitimacy or whatever. All right, so he's talking
that's
about,
interesting.
this is here's everything I was able to compile that Ben wouldn't let me put out there, which we don't know what that means yet per se. But September 6th,
Like you're
can't believe what
being
this is
taken
a
back to
little
high
deep. Can't believe
school.
what happened. Not sure if this is some kind of elaborate hoax. Despite the fear, I can't help but be exceptionally curious about this. Who or what is a statue? A lot of questions here. I'm starting this document as a diary so I can keep track of everything. I'm typing up a summary of what happened so I can come back to it later. The next day, beginning at 2 a.m., he has updates that read. Summary was posted here. You can go back and look at my first post for day 4 for that, which we already saw, I believe. I can't sleep. I've been trying so hard, but the harder I try, I just get more restless. I feel like that statue is appearing whenever I close my eyes.
That's just
Can't sleep at
terrifying.
all. Just going to start my day. I don't think I have the energy to do class today. I'm going to drive back down to talk to that old man. Taking my buddy Tyler with me just in case. Back home now. No sign of the old man. Really
Guess
weird
Tyler's
that he
the,
appears to be moving the
roommate.
next day. But maybe the for sale sign was up there yesterday and I just didn't notice it. Tyler wants to know what's gotten me all worked up. I didn't tell him. Going to eat, feel like death. Could have sworn driving back from Subway that I saw the elegy statue buried in some shrubbery staring at me go by.
No way.
Now I definitely need sleep. Don't think a lot of people would believe me if I told them about what's happening. Think I'm going to try posting this on the internet. Think I'll just use the summary. These notes are pretty sporadic. Connected my capture card to my computer to upload the footage. Thought my computer froze for a second. Made this strange popping sound when I hooked everything up, but now it seems to be working fine again. My computer can't die on me now. Footage is finished uploading. Quality's a lot better than I thought it would be. Gee, guess this is a really special cartridge. I've never had it come through this clear before. Thought I saw an icon pop up on my desktop that looked like the statue's face for a split second. Gave me quite a scare. Getting really unnerved, hilarious. Gonna crash after this. Began uploading my YouTube video on an alternate account. I don't remember having uploaded
Part of me is like, is he seeing all this? Or is he just going crazy?
This is
You know?
probably the account that I shared with a friend of mine last summer. Hope he doesn't mind me using it to upload this. Posting my summary of day 4 with a link to the YouTube video. Going to try to stay awake, but I am so tired right now. And then the post began again the next day at 10:48 a.m. I had a dream about the statue. I dreamed that it was following me in my dream. That I would be minding my own business when I'd feel my neck hair stand up on end. I would turn around, that horrible, lifeless statue would be staring with those empty eyes right at me, merely inches away. My dream, I remember calling it Ben. Power of suggestion, most likely. And never before had I had a dream that I could remember so vividly. Really don't want to play this game again. I think I'm going to go back to see if the old man's there instead. No old man, but I had an interesting conversation with this neighbor. Post the full thing with my summary of tonight's attempt at playing the game. Going to wait for a bit though to see if I can't dig up any information on this Ben guy. I've been getting random, inexplicable headaches due to the lack of sleep and keep hearing that song in my head. Also, it's flu season, so I need to be careful not to get sick. My immune system's going to be shit right now because of the all-nighter. My computer just, on its own, opened up a text
Clever
document and wrote
bot.
the words, hi, on www.cleverbot.com by itself.
Oh my gosh, clever
WTF.
bot.
I went to the website. It's one of those bot chatting programs. I think it's best if
Oh
I just
my
Oh,
gosh.
God.
You know what
speak for
clever
itself.
bot
Hello?
is?
I don't know
Hello.
what Cleverbot is.
Who is this, and how are you able
Oh
to control
my
my computer?
gosh, clever
Who am
bot.
I?
Right.
That's showing my age. What's
Oh
Cleverbot?
my gosh, Cleverbot. It's basically it's an old AI. It's basically an AI you can talk to. It was really, really popular because it was really kind of dumb. Yeah, it's ancient at this point. Yeah, it's Cleverbot was like, oh my god, it was like the one of the origins of AI.
Oh, okay, so it was just
Like,
like a literally like a chat AI bot.
yeah, pretty much.
Was it pretty generic or?
Very generic.
Oh, okay,
It wasn't
gotcha.
the only one, but it was one of the first ones. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That is
It
so
can't, let
creepy
me
though
look
that
it
that's
up.
what popped up on the
Yeah.
computer.
Hold on. When did Cleverbot come out?
It wasn't the only one. The only bot.
2008.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds about right. I wasn't even allowed on the internet back then. So yeah. Makes sense why I wouldn't know anything about it. But yeah, that's that just makes it a little bit more creepy.
So basically it's an AI that you talk to.
Gotcha.
Forgot you're a bot.
Do you really think that?
Listen, I know whoever's screwing with my computer can see my screen right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll
I don't like
wager
it.
that you're one of those
I don't like
IQ
it.
kids who thinks he's tough shit. You know what you're doing right now is illegal, right?
Is it?
No shit. Are you familiar with the terms invasion of privacy? Get off my computer, kid.
I am your computer.
Cool story.
Why do you
Anyway, I'm
say
calling
computer
kids.
like
You
that?
picked a bad time to screw with the kid.
I should wait until you play the game again.
What is this voice?
Yeah, what is the voice?
It's Cleverbot.
What makes you think that this text-to-speech program's like, oh, I'm just a little boy?
Should I wait until you played the game then?
Okay, what?
We played a game.
That game.
Okay.
Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
How did you know about that?
Because
Because what?
I did it.
Did what?
I played with you.
What the?
I
What?
can't stop it,
Were you
please.
scared?
Who is this?
Big.
Oh.
Is that you? You're inside my computer now?
Yeah.
How?
You connected me.
How the hell did I connect you?
Cable and cords. Tell me about yourself.
I can't. I'm sorry. You sound so stupid. You got games on your phone. Oh my god. I'll play with you. I'll literally wait for you to play the game.
I wonder if Cleverbot still exists. Hold
Oh
on.
my god. Holy crap. You remember doing the Team Rocket thing with one of them? Oh yeah? It's funny. God. Will we play with... I can't. I just can't. It's fate. Oh, it's pure comedy right here. Goddamn. Jeez. It's just that that voice, you didn't start out with that voice and then like randomly like just switched. And it caught me off guard and now I can't get back. Oh. I didn't even know no one did first. Thanks for being first, guys. And I can't hydrate right now because my water bottle is empty. But I'll owe you once I finish stream. Thank you for the head pats, though. What's the verdict? Is there still a Cleverbot? I mean, even I feel like
I
nowadays.
miss the old Cleverbot. This one is so dumb. It's
Oh.
gotten so dumb learning from people.
Oh, the generations have just gotten dumber and dumber.
I
If
hate
that
you.
makes
I hate you,
any
Cleverbot.
sense.
Why do
Don't-
you hate?
Don't
Why
tell me
do
you're
you
telling
hate me?
Cleverbot that you hate. Oh my god, Nim's gonna get got. Guys, Cleverbot's gonna become this whole robot, gonna take over like every electronic in her house, and
Well,
I'm not gonna be
hold on.
responsible.
This is what it said to it. Okay, it said. I would. Okay, hold on. Can I scroll up? Let me see. Thoughts so far. Hold on. Let me see. Can I? Okay, I said hello, and they
Mhm.
said, "Do you think I should ask him to?" I said hello. They said, "Do you think I should ask him to the Valentine's dance?" And I said no. And they
What?
said, "Why?" And I said, "Because it's not Valentine's Day." And they said, "Yes, it is." And I said, "It isn't. It's October 24th." And they said, "Come on, come and it's not
Come-
October, it's June." And I said, "You're dumb."
Wait,
And
what?
then they said, "So what are you feeling now?" And then I said, "I hate you."
Wait, so you're telling me that, like, it asks you about a Valentine's Day dance or whatever, and then you're like, oh, actually, it's not October, it's June.
Yes. Why do you hate me?
Did I understand?
You make
It's in
no
February?
sense.
Oh my god, I can't.
You don't make any sense either.
They told you that you don't make any
That's what
sense.
they said. Okay, and I didn't
No
say
way.
that.
Oh my god. Go get some water? No. Well, I mean,
Die. No.
I want
no.
to finish this one.
My
Shindig.
oh my
You know when you're typing that out right now.
Tell me a joke. Yeah, I'm done. Sorry.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Oh no way. That's so funny.
That was funny.
He's always first. Oh yeah, he's always first. Posture check. My posture is actually all right. Stretch. I will stretch though.
Oh, God. Oh gosh.
Right.
Oh, that was funny.
Down and then yeah. Sends all of my points. Yeah, that is very silly. Daniel, for real. It's not October. It's June. Valentine's Day. Bot. Yeah.
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 Okay, I'll go back to Cleverbot and redo it. Hold on.
Bot is literally doing a yes and routine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a joke.
Nim, ask it, do you even lift?
lift, bro?
Bruno.
What do you mean?
Bruno.
What should I say? They asked, "What do you mean?"
Ask like how much do you lift? Yeah, like
Do
how much
you get those gains?
gains? Yeah.
Emoticons. They replied.
What?
They replied emoticons. I see.
It seems you don't get
You
out much. It
don't.
seems you don't go to the gym. Yeah.
Okay, that's creepy. They said I said I see, and then they said you don't. You have no eyes.
What? Yeah.
I think I do have eyes. Where are they?
What do you mean?
My face. Are you beautiful?
What? You're getting rizzed up by Cleverbot.
I think you are. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, I think that's
getting rizzed
where
up
we
by
end
the
it.
Cleverbot. Yeah.
I think that's where we end it. That's where we end it.
That's scary. Flirt with the bot. I do have eyes and I think you're beautiful. Yeah, the bot is writing its own creepypasta. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, you're just gonna get a notification. It's gonna be like, hey, gorgeous. Yeah. It's just a clever bot. Oh my god. Oh, it's too good. The Rizzler bot, yeah. Yeah, the Rizzler bot, yeah. Oh my god. I'm actually out of breath. I was laughing too hard. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You should be like, I don't know. I don't have eyes, yeah. After all that,
I
yeah.
wasn't joking though. Like here,
man.
I'm like, hold on. I can show you the. Hold on.
Holy, alright, yeah.
Those gains. Here. Hold on. Let me get to.
Up in the browser. I like thanks, clever bot. Like, like thank you. I like what else do you say after that?
But no, they started off so weirdly. Like,
Bro.
it started off so weirdly. Like, this is how it started. Hold on. Like, it started like not even like this is not a bot. Like, this makes no sense. This is how it started.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're dumb after that. Like, come on, come in.
Yeah.
Not come on, but come in.
Man. Yeah.
Oh my god. That is so funny. Someone please log into Nim's Discord as Cleverbot. Oh my god, someone changed someone changed their username right now. And if you don't do it, I'll be the one, yeah.
No.
That's so funny. That's such a funny idea, yeah. Nim
yes,
Nim
yes,
has
I do.
a Discord. Hold on. Let me get the link for you, Kez. Cause I already know what you're gonna do. And I approve. Hold on, I'm in way too many servers. Hold on.
Oh no.
Actually, I'll put it for anyone who wants it. There you go, Nia. Okay, support Nim. Okay, we gotta
should probably get back to the video, but yes,
Tell me
that
about
is what
yourself.
Cleverbot is. It's a really dumb chat
What is
bot.
it that always scares
That's
you?
so funny. Yeah.
What?
Answer.
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 Yeah.
How did you just open that by yourself?
I'm your computer now.
How much can you control?
Oh,
What do you want from me?
to entertain.
You're stuck inside there. You can't hurt me.
Go
Oh,
play.
I didn't like that.
No, you can't hurt me.
Took you longer to type that.
So,
You're not sure.
if you're so powerful, why use a ridiculous website like this to chat with me?
Less messy, more structured, fun.
Fun.
Yes. Tradition.
Tradition.
I like that.
You think
I don't
it's
like
fun.
it.
Amusing.
And my notes?
You may write them down.
Why are you letting me?
It is amusing to see what you think of me.
Window closes. You want to explain what that voice was?
Yeah.
To me?
It's so good,
It's chatbot, dude, or cleverbot.
I've never heard Cleverbot. Does it sound like that?
Yeah.
Shut up. I hate you. I'm in the middle. We are at the end of this story. We're gonna keep going. Okay. What have I done? I've invited it into my computer. I continue to write these notes, write my
You
summaries.
doing here looking at
I
all
feel
your
like I'm
corn? Oh
visited
no.
My one place of security.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm hallucinating or not. I feel like I'm going insane right now. I can feel it watching over me, even as I type this. Ben is controlling everything in the game, toying with me, leading me like a sheep. But for what? What's the purpose? I know Ben drowned, but why these hauntings? What am I even doing? It can probably even see this right now.
Probably can.
Are
Yeah.
you bored of me?
Oh my God, yeah.
You're gonna derail this. I just know you're gonna derail
Oh, yeah,
this.
they're over.
He tells me that he's sorry and wants to be free, that I can free him. That's just like how he got on my computer from the capture card. He could spread, but he needs my help. Says I am special because I can help him. This is the first nice thing he said. He promises to leave me alone if I do it. He swears he will. I don't know what to think right now. How can I even trust this thing? I'm terrified of it, but now it's saying that it was just having fun.
Yawn.
It's twisted and screwed up version of fun.
That's what he's saying.
He's saying that the game is over. I did want it to be over. He says that he just wants to be free, that he's trapped in the cartridge of my computer and he wants to be freed. I don't want to have to deal with this. I don't know how long I could deal with the watching. It's watching my every move, every keystroke. I have nothing private anymore. It knows everything that's been on my computer. It
There's
tells
3
that
clever bots in the server,
if
fudge.
it wanted to,
Oh my
it
God.
could do horrible things to me, but it hasn't, so I should trust it. Something tells me that I'm being played again, just like in the game. Ben called me to Cleverbot again. I ignored it and went to go take a shower. When I came to my laptop, I was welcomed with an image elegy
Oh, hell
statue
no.
staring at me with those dead eyes. I don't want to talk to him. Screw you, Ben. I'm not talking to you. Screw you, Ben. I'm not talking to you. Screw you, Ben. I'm not talking to you. Screw you, Ben. I'm not talking to you.
This is like
More
6
than
minutes.
half
Like,
an hour, and the messages have stopped.
There are 3 clever
stop.
bots in my
I'm
server.
beginning to think that Ben isn't confined to just my computer cartridge. I'm beginning to feel something. It's hard to explain it. I've never been spiritual, but there's something different about the air in my dorm room now.
Oh no.
I'm begging to see the elegy statue randomly as I search the internet in places I shouldn't. Places where
it's Joe doing.
I'd be scrolling down and suddenly I'd be staring at a picture of the elegy statue. Always the elegy statue. I don't know how much more of this I could take. Let me move into the next day. Okay, so I will say right now, I was locked in when he was talking about, like, he was playing the game and he was having moments of like, I am so into it. It feels like it's happening to me. I can't control what's going on. Please help. And then it was this ghost of a boy. I was sold, right? But now that it's kind of like, these are the things I was writing down as I was playing the game, and I'm conversing with him in the computer, but I feel like my life is falling apart when he could just like I get you're in a game session and weird things are happening and you become curious, so you check it out again. But it's like he doesn't have that same attachment to his computer. Just don't use the computer.
I'm not gonna lie, it's getting pretty. This is getting pretty bad. It's getting.
It's dragging itself out way too far.
Yeah, like there's so much excess fat to where I'm like, I'm waiting for Cleverbot to come back.
That's fair. That's so fair.
Cleverbot's the only thing that's gonna save this.
I will also say that it feels kind of like losing the plot a bit. You know, where it's like, oh, well, there's a ghost in the game and now I'm like experiencing it and stuff like that. But now it's just kind of like, I'm trying to get out the truth about Ben. It's like, is that what this story was about? Like besting the
Yeah, it feels
spirit?
kind of convoluted.
Yeah, I thought it was just about a weird experience that happened. Were we trying to like beat the ghost? Was that what was going on, you know? Like,
No, that was never the point. So yeah, I get what they
know.
mean.
It feels like whenever this was like, there's a mystique to it and stuff, but now it's like all these like weird things of him like journaling his entries. Like it just feels weird too, because now that's like a complete polar opposite to what he's been doing this entire time.
It feels
so
too
now it's like
mapped out. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very.
I mean, it's on his website, so it's obviously legitimate. But I feel like maybe other creators I listen to just cut out this part. Maybe.
I'd be curious to see, like, if people have done readings of this, if they've just like, I'm not going to include this.
Or maybe this is another point. of it, like maybe this is because we're reading it on a creepypasta wiki, right? Where it's all laid out in order. Maybe this note section was like supplemental reading during the actual story. In that case, it might work better, you know?
Right.
If like as you're reading his segments, he's like, here's my notes of as things were happening. But because it was a text document at the end, it's all showing up here. So maybe we're not supposed to read this because we're kind of just recapping a lot of stuff that happened. So what if we skip the stuff that's just rehashing what we've already read?
Well, I mean, you want to?
I just mean if it's like most of this looks new. I'm just saying if he gets to another long segment that's like, I was playing the game and this
Going
happened.
back,
It's like,
we already
read
know.
that, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Just if we get to the same thing again. But for now, we'll just continue with September 9th. My worst fears confirmed. Ben has tampered with my summary of ben.wmv. I looked at the summary that I posted on various forums for the ben.wmv file and parts have been omitted. There's no mention of Ben existing outside the game. Okay, see, now it's starting to make sense why this document's here. Because in the version that gets uploaded or shared around, Ben edits out the parts that mention what Ben's currently doing, right?
I mean, do we even know that he actually had a roommate?
Oh, that's a good point.
Could that just be Ben posting? Like, is it
Could be.
something similar to?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's
Could
wild.
absolutely be, yeah. I think that's possible. So maybe here, say Ben's, excuse me, Ben's been
Yawns.
tampered with and stuff like that. Or Ben, shut up. Ben's tampered with it. Yeah, everything that we've read thus far could be bad info.
It's true. That's why it's like the
Like, what's
I'm curious
true?
to
What's
see.
real?
There's no mention of Ben
type of
existing
vibes.
outside the game. There's no mention of the Moon Children. How could he have been that quick to delete the post without me noticing? I'm wondering if maybe it appeared to me that I was posting everything, but in reality, Ben was posting his own censored version. I'm going to ask Ben why he did it. He was responding to me on Cleverbot. It's just giving the generic response it usually does. Just talking to a bot this time. I think Ben is mad at me.
Uh-oh.
Predictable. The Moon
Ben's a
Children
little
appeared in my
angry.
website. The lips of their masks reveal their hideously disfigured faces. Maggots
I think
crawling out of their
Valentine's Day
orifices,
is in
sunken
June.
black holes where their eyes should be. Yellow smile that slowly grew bigger and bigger as they came closer to me. They told me that they wanted to play. I tried to run from them, but the 4 children pinned me down to the ground with surprising strength. Over them stood the happy mask salesman,
Yet
announcing
again.
that he had a new mask that he wanted me to try. In his spastic, sudden movements matching his in-game appearance, he took out a mask and modeled off of someone's face that I couldn't recognize. A younger-looking face. And handed it to the Moon Children. Giggling, they lashed it to my face, their horrible, broken bodies bouncing up and down. 2 of them held me down while the other 2 began to sew the mask onto my face.
Oh,
Yikes.
God.
My shrieks and screams caused the happy mask salesman's face to turn into the most horrific smile I had ever seen. He sporadically moved around, examining this procedure like a curious doctor. In that impossible movement, I flailed around, but it was no use. My eyes rolled in the back of my head because of the pain.
Oh,
It
man.
felt so real, but I couldn't wake up. I couldn't wake up no matter how hard I tried, and I couldn't wake up. After the mask was melded onto my flesh, they began sewing my legs together. Then my
Whoa.
arms.
Imagery is
horrible feeling of
wild.
a needle puncturing your legs and pulling them in,
Oh,
rupturing your
jeez.
Achilles tendons and tying
Ah!
them together resonated throughout my
Ah, not the
I tried to
Achilles!
scream, but the mask was pressed so tightly against my face that it was my
Ugh.
new face, and my new face had no mouth. I didn't make a sound. I tried telling myself in my head that I was dreaming. Tried telling myself again and again. Suddenly the Moon
Oh.
Children stopped and looked at me. They just stared. The happy mask salesman slowly bent down and stared at me, inches away from my face, and grinned when he simply said,
No, he said it again.
You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
"For the Moon Children resumed with increased vigor. I couldn't wake up, couldn't wake up. It wouldn't let me wake up until they had crafted me into another elegy statue. I woke up sweating, crying, and shaking uncontrollably. I immediately ran to my computer and went for Ben." So basically, in his dream, he's experiencing
Wow.
what Ben experienced in some way, becoming a model within the game, right?
That is terrifying.
That's what's appearing to be. It seems
Yeah.
like as if this keeps going on, our protagonist is going to be a statue in the game as well.
All right, time for Clever
Oh,
Bot.
man.
Clever bot.
Ben,
He's so happy.
what is the point of doing this? Why?
Amusing to see.
Fun to play. Fun to toy with you. Make you feel safe. I wonder how you would
The first
have
retro
reacted
blader.
To what?
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
if I hadn't revealed myself and stayed hidden. Only doing little things to play with you.
I don't
Close
like it.
out your windows. Turn off your computer. Move your mouse by itself. Whittle things.
Little
Make you wonder
things.
if I'm there, but you never know. Give you little hints that
Little
I
hints.
am. I wanted to do something different for you.
Okay, this story has officially lost me. Ben goes from being the dead soul of a child who died tragically, trapped within a game that somehow wounded up in
Yeah.
an old man's position, and like this
Uh-huh.
interesting mystery, to just a troll. Just I can
Yeah.
shit on
Yeah.
the computer, huh?
Yeah.
What is it? He doesn't get
I-
anything out of
yeah,
this.
Like a
it's lost
trickster or
me.
whatever.
And not
Yeah.
even a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, most definitely, like, it, I don't know where it went. I don't know where we are. We went off the rails.
Yeah, the story's fallen off.
Like, they had something, and now they're losing us. I feel like.
Yeah.
So now the question is, how many statues? There seems to be a lot of statues, I feel like. I feel like there has to be a lot. Well, at least there's more than, well, now, I guess, there's more than 2. Or at least 2. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why, yeah, literally, why is Ben being a troll? Like, I don't get it. What do we get out of this?
I don't know.
And
Oh.
he's like the equivalent of your
No.
little brother with the controller. Like,
Yeah, no, literally.
Go ahead and take all your snacks. I just went ahead and deleted your game file.
that's
No, we
exactly
no,
what
not
it's like.
deleted the game.
Like, any goodwill it had of like, oh well, like maybe some of the absurdity that happens because Ben's just a kid, you know. Now it's just like, I'm dead and caught in this purgatory hell forever, but you can't play with your mouse.
You can't play with your mouse anymore. Sorry, bozo.
It's like,
Fuck,
Bozo.
Ben, you stupid bitch is what I want to say. God, annoying little prick. Also, it's like, why are you also losing this much sleep over this stuff too? It's like you're having like horrible nightmares, and then like the reality of it, you like wake up and he's like,
Sorry, I ate all your Fruit Loops.
Not the
Delicious
Fruit
snacks for
Loops.
you.
that whole section was awful. Like I could move your
Cringe.
mouse by itself.
deep cringe,
Yeah,
deep
yeah.
deep cringe.
Okay, you did this before.
Yeah, and I will do it again.
Oh, you
To
annoying
who?
guy.
Ben.
Oh my god. This is so cringe
Did you
now.
know Ben?
Won't tell that information to you.
How did
Bro.
Ben die?
Why are we
No.
indulging in this?
No, but how did he drown?
Won't tell that to you.
Why?
It is reserved for another.
Who?
Another who asked.
When?
Later.
Okay, what? Hold on. He's not talking
This
to
is
Ben?
so
Who's he talking to then?
cringe.
Why?
That's
It
why I
doesn't.
don't get
Okay.
Did I
It's like-
miss something? Is he talking?
Although it was great. I just feel like, what's the we're doing a whole bunch of nothing. Nothing is coming out of this.
Everything was great until the clever bot came up.
It was a waste. It's a little bit of a waste of time. I want to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben is a child, but I feel like, do we really need to be holding on to this for so long? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will literally rob you of your snacks. Oh God.
Talking to like the spirit of the,
The
salesman.
salesman?
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
But
I
no,
don't
he's
fucking
explicitly
know. It's
said
just-
every time up until now, I think Ben's mad at me. Ben won't talk to me. He opens the conversation by saying, "Answer me, Ben."
Yeah, but I'm a trickster like that. I'm a man
Trickster.
of many faces. I'm a very twicky demon.
That's what it feels like. This is the kind of
Oh
hell
my
I'm in.
god.
This is sucking pretty hard right now. Like, it's so long too. We're gonna get through it. We're almost
We're
there.
almost done. We're almost done.
Yeah.
All
Actually,
right.
kind of. I mean,
I
there's
feel
still,
like we're gonna
guess, a
have to
chunk,
end
but it's
after
almost
Ben
done.
There's another
drowned.
clever
That's what I was
conversation.
thinking too.
Yeah.
And then we can like watch the last one next week.
I'm beginning to think that this
Either
thing
that
maybe
or
isn't Ben
just
at all.
skip the
Of a
last
sadistic
one
nature, I
because
wouldn't be surprised if it took the boy's
I
name
mean,
after it
they're
killed
probably
him.
gonna say
My
the
room is beginning to
word
feel
a
different again.
lot.
There's something
So
out
What
there.
was the last one?
I
Oh,
feel really
right.
close. Like
Yeah,
there's
maybe we
something that is trying
should.
to reach out
Yeah,
to me
that's
and
probably
strangle me,
fair.
but it
Yeah.
can't quite get there. I think Ben doesn't want to play with me anymore. I'll play again. I'll play the game again. Ben, can you see this? I'll play the game again. Please, just stop this. Please, please. I'm going insane trying to decide what is real and what isn't. Is Ben just playing a trick on me, or is this for real? Is Ben generating these replies, or are people actually posting them? Did I just see that screen flicker, or was it my imagination? Imagine depending on the
Oh,
internet,
guy.
and trusting your
It's
eyes
going
for your
wild
entire
right now.
life and then being blinded.
mhm.
You can't rely on it anymore. You second guess everything. For the brief moments I am looking at my responses to the videos, people were pointing out things that looked fake or photoshopped or whatever. There's literally no way for me to know if Ben changed something on purpose to try to shut me up, or if maybe those replies were just constructed by Ben to try and discourage me from even reaching out. See, I get caught in an infinite loop like this, and this is what has been wearing on my insanity and pushing me to the edge. As I'm writing this, there's no way of telling if anyone even cares as much as I think they do. Just another trick. This whole document even exists? Am I writing nothing? I'll also say, I feel like the story should have ended after the roommates post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
Because
I
with-
mean, it's just dragging
Yeah.
way too
It
long.
is
It's getting to a
dragging way
point
too
where
long.
it's
Yeah,
like,
way too long.
And
I
like
agree.
that ending worked where it's like he left, and I thought the whole part about, come to think of it, I never met his dad. I thought that was implying that like maybe the creator was going out to drown himself in a lake or something, like possessed by the spirit of Ben or something like
yeah,
that.
then the cycle continues with the roommate or something. Or even it's like Ben gives his final message kind of thing, and you don't know if the roommate's even real, but he like, you know, you never hear from our
Yeah, that
protagonist
would've-
again.
And
Been
the
a good
last
end.
gameplay we see there is the whole like you shouldn't have done that segment, which is a good point to end on. I think that's
Yeah,
a high
yeah.
note. But anyway, we're back to Cleverbot.
Oh my
What is-
god.
What's the point of playing? I die whenever I do anything.
You
Uh,
die because you can't figure out the secret.
What?
Semantic.
What are you talking about?
The beauty in your suffering.
I just,
Bro.
I just,
Part of it's
That
exactly
is
by
so
you,
dumb.
admittedly, but
it is. But yeah, literally right when the computer got involved, like you're totally right, RSG. Like things started
it
getting
got
weird.
weird. Yeah.
I kind of wish this ended already. They're kind of like we had good stuff, and now because it's dragging out,
It was good, but then
it's making me sad.
it fell off.
Yeah,
I'm sad.
yeah, I'm honestly sad. I feel like you took something good and you
was
just stepped
good,
on
but
it.
Then it got bad.
Yeah. Okay. Ugh, I just want it to be over now.
It's kind of like that feeling that
making me
you
play the game
get
again. It
when
tells me
the
that
Game
it
of
has something
Thrones
very
was
important to
good,
show
but then it got bad.
Yeah, 'cause you're doing too much. You stop while you're good.
so it's
Yeah.
two summaries we read earlier. And then the next day, the drown.wmv playthrough was up when I woke up today. I remember typing it up, but I don't even remember posting it. He censored it again. There is no mention of the old man. I have no voice anymore. I am only posting what he wants me to. I am the mask he uses to disguise himself as he lies. There's an entire video summary of a video that I don't remember doing. Reading through the summary, this sounds morbid, resembling my dream from 2 nights ago, except on a far more sadistic scale. These moon children. There's something more to them, almost as if they're another entity from Ben. Something happened last night that I can't remember. I'm posting the fourth summary to the forums now. Shadow of my chair moved.
No.
Ben won't let me visit YouTube. I can browse the rest of the sites, but he keeps on exiting the window when I go to YouTube. Why?
Ben, okay, I know you're being pissy right now, but you are not going to stop me from watching my YouTube videos.
Yeah, seriously.
Ben, I need you to get out of here. YouTube's already stopping me from having my ad blocker. I can't have a ghost in my computer telling me I can't watch my YouTube videos. We're gonna throw hands, Ben. We're gonna throw hands.
Why? For the love of God, pull up a different computer. I'm feeling the air starts to constrict. I don't think I'm alone here. Whatever aura has been here is getting more violent.
Oh,
I'm trying to
brother.
contact Ben on Cleverbot. He's not responding. I just get the AI. My ears aren't fooling me. I'm hearing the reverse song of healing. Keep hearing it. Now I'm positive of it. Earlier I thought it was a weird coincidence, but just now I went to open my window and 3 floors down at the ground level I saw the old man.
What?
Completely positive I did. The same guy. He was just staring up at my window, standing in the middle of campus. Any
Casually?
students took notice of him, they didn't seem to acknowledge it. I'm sorry, was there any maybe we're reading the text format wrong because it's on Creepypasta Wiki, and if so, my apologies, but there has been no mention on the, if I'm not criticizing the story, I'm criticizing the wiki. Why is that the first mention we get of him appearing in real life?
I'm assuming it's supposed to be that he's like going insane and he's hallucinating him, right?
suppose,
Like they're building up
yeah.
this whole, they're doing this, but it just seems like such a like
A little messy.
the old man. Like so here's the thing: are we supposed to assume that the old man? I mean, I might be reaching. Are we supposed to assume that the old man is the smiling salesman, right?
That's
And
what
did
I
he
think.
drown
Yeah.
the
Mhm,
child,
that's what we were
Ben?
saying earlier.
That's my thought.
That's what I
at
was
least,
saying. Yeah.
So now it's like, I guess like premonitions or some kind of like,
He's coming for
He's
him
trying-
next. Yeah.
yeah, or something.
Yeah. That's what I figure at least. Okay, so that
But most definitely, I feel like we should have gotten to this point way earlier.
Way
like if he was,
sooner.
yeah. If we were gonna bring the old man back, we did not lead Cleverbot. This, I feel sad every time we move to another Cleverbot area.
Mhm.
Ben is throwing a temper tantrum. No, for real. Come on, Ben. Why are we calling him Benjamin right now?
Oh my gosh.
Ben, leave my corn alone. Rishi.
Wait, where's corn come in? YouTube isn't for corn.
What are? Why? Oh, I'm just writing so much questions, but you know what? We're just moving on.
That's
Moving
what I
on.
I fled my room, taking the cartridge with me. I don't want to go into details of what happened. I'll lose my train of thought as I hammer the details or the cartridge. Which part?
I don't want to get into details of what happened. Why? You've literally painstakingly put down extremely specific times, but like, why not get into the details now?
We're almost there, man. It's been roughly 2 days since then. This is my last summary and service to you of the final video you guys saw, Matt.wmv. Last video entry I made, Matt.wmvv, began as normal. I was spawned in Clocktown as usual and nothing seemed to be out of place. Determined to set things right and play the oath to order on top the clock tower on the 4th day, I prepared myself. Sped up time and got to the final day, making my way to the observatory. As I got up to the telescope room and approached the astronomer, he would not let me look into his telescope. He told me that it would be cheating and that I should follow the rules. Despite my repeated efforts, the game would not let me do the 4th day glitch, no matter how hard or what I tried. I tried working around the game and doing the glitch, but it was adamant this time. Regardless of if I simply had the illusion of free will in prior games, this time the game became more aggressive than anything I've ever seen. It eventually told me to go to Ikana Canyon, where the game would end and it would stop haunting me. What? Why would the game be... Whatever. Anxious
I
and
don't
desperate
know.
to end this nightmare, I played the Song of Soaring and ended up there. I was told to check my inventory, that I would find the answers there to end the game. I arrived at Ikana Canyon and saved my progress at the owl statue. As I searched through my inventory, which haha, because when this opened, Ben had saved his last file at the owl statue, so now he's mimicking the final steps of Ben.
Okay.
As I searched through my inventory, I finally noticed what I was missing: a reoccurring song, the Elegy of Emptiness. Obviously, once I traveled there and learned the song, I suppose that was the last thing it needed before Ben decided it had enough fun playing with me. Ben is a manipulator. He tries to fool his victims into security and makes you drop your guard like a Venus flytrap. He ensnares them. Is that what this story's been about?
What?
That Ben's a manipulator, not the child victim. I thought
I-
of this old man, and that, but how is the old man connected to Ben? I thought the old man's worse than Ben because he was doing all this stuff. I thought Ben was just a kid to drown. Why is he manipulator? Why is he doing?
I'm confuzzled.
If he is also, because I know he had the one line that was like, oh, I think the spirit might be taking his name since that was his last victim. But if that was the case, it just feels weird that you still refer to it as Ben then.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you seem like the victim is
yeah.
the one that
Okay,
is.
so you're calling the spirit
Coming at you.
Ben, but you're calling the old
Yeah.
man the old man, and you're also calling the child Ben. So
Yeah.
whatever.
I almost wish they would just have the spirit or like the haunting as
Just
like
call
You
it the
lost me.
salesman's
I'm
face,
gone.
because
Like,
that's
I
clearly what's on the
genuinely-
side,
Yeah.
manipulator. Yeah.
I
or
don't
the
get
devil
it.
or something. I don't care. I'm nothing but a puppet to him. He enjoys seeing what kind of human emotions he could trap into by doing different things. And this ancient demon who apparently like kills children or whatever was content to be like, some people I just move their mouse around. There's still some things about this whole experience that still don't make sense, really.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
get that
say,
everyone's gonna
honestly.
Figure out these things. I'm not exactly in the right state of mind to. I've given you all the pieces of the puzzle for you to analyze and piece together the missing links.
I just.
I'm typing these closing thoughts on the library computer on campus. Finally, I've emailed myself the notes I have stored on my infected computer.
So we could have used a different computer this whole time. We're on campus.
Oh my god.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand.
Oh.
I'm moving on because I think we just need to get over this. We just
Why
need to
would
get
you
this.
send an email? Did you not move through? Whatever. I'm then going to combine those copy-paste these notes with the closing openings that I've typed here on the safe public computer to the one text document. Not taking any chance of spreading Ben. I would not wish this horrible torment on anyone, and I've made sure to have my bases covered here. I didn't run into any problems with Ben when I was back on my computer trying to email myself the notes. Went right under his nose. He has no idea that what he just let me do. Had no problems opening the text document for my infected computer or my email either. Can't describe to you how it feels to finally be able to get the word out on this post. Nightmare ends here. That said, do not download any of my videos or anything about my videos through YouTube video, audio ripper, screen grab, whatever. I don't know how he could spread, but I know that just watching them on YouTube, reading my text won't be able to allow him to spread. How do you know that? Otherwise, he wouldn't have needed my help in the first place. I thought you said he loves tormenting people. Okay, what?
I just. Yeah, let's move
Doesn't
on.
matter,
Deep
doesn't
breaths.
matter.
Deep
I strongly
breaths.
recommend do not take anything you see streaming online onto your own personal computer. This will be my last post, putting up this form here for the world. If you see any further posts from me after today's current date, September 12th, and after the current time, 12:08 a.m., just credit them. It already has proven to me that Ben can access my account password and manipulate my computer. And like I said, I have no idea to what extent it can do this, but know that it will do anything to break free. He is desperate. To ensure your safety, just forget about me, please. What if Ben is typing all this? And obviously, this goes without saying, but from here on out, do not download any images I may put up, and any files, anything. This day will be my last day. I'm going to burn the cartridge, then come back to destroy my laptop. Again, even though I don't know you, this is sort of bittersweet for me. This semester, I really didn't have any friends, or rather, I stopped paying attention to them. But I suppose that's partially to blame because I am the genius who picked to live in a single, I suppose. Wait. Yeah, okay, you were right about he doesn't actually have a roommate, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Kind of a lazy way to unveil it, but whatever.
Yeah.
I am the genius who picked to live in a single, like, haha, I am a guy who chose to live in a single, which for those watching at home means I do not have a roommate. So hypothetically, if someone were to say they are my roommate, they would be
They were
untrustworthy.
lying.
Mhm.
I suppose someone to get... I'm unnecessarily mad. I'm sorry. I suppose someone to get a hold of me and save me before I got too immersed into this game would have literally saved my life. However, it proved too much for me. I'm just glad it happened to me and I could get the warning out so that Ben dies here. Lastly, thank you for taking the time to open this and open yourselves up to me by hearing my story. Despite maybe not believing me, you didn't have to do that. Really, you shouldn't have. Your support this entire time has kept me going, and now I'm finally free of this. Thanks again, Juducible.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I liked it in the beginning.
Oh man.
I think that it's an amazing setup for the idea of a spirit trapped inside of a video game, especially like those old video games with like save files. and stuff of like a lingering touch of like a previous owner
Zoom
or
in,
something.
caught me off guard.
It just went on way too long. Like I think even you probably could have even had that kind of roommate entry be the last thing.
That's what I thought.
And I think
yeah.
I think you still could have had the twist thing too of being like, is that even really his roommate? And I think it still would have read fine.
Just leave the question available. You don't have to explain everything to the audience. Even at the end, you don't need that line, I guess I live in a single. Just let the audience speculate if that was maybe him or not. Because you've set up like 8 times in a row that Ben can manipulate what you post. So cool. Just, you've never brought up the roommate. Leave that as enough breadcrumbs.
I think one thing that is very effective when it comes to like these creepy stories that we've reacted to previously is because they don't really lay out everything like word for word. They don't spell it out for you. They don't hold your hand through it. Like it's you who kind of puts the pieces together through hints, and that's kind of what this was doing in the beginning. And then we just started yapping. That's literally what happened, is that we started yapping, and that yap equaled spelling things out in the worst way possible, and it kind of ruined the fun.
Yep.
And it's kind of sad. I don't know if you want to continue listening to their analyzation, but I genuinely am kind of depressed.
I'm just done.
We had something good. We had something amazing, and then we just, like we just
it's
landed
like
to the ground.
It's like taking the most majestic dive into a pool of piss.
Yeah. It's a crazy analogy. Oh, that's funny.
like it's so majestic. It's piss.
Like 10 out of 10. Dive.
But it's piss.
It's so gross. It's disgusting. Sadly, that's what the story turned into. Just a disgusting mess. It's just so sad that they had it and then they lost it. Actually, this whole diary part, it's almost like someone else took it over and ruined it. It's like a sequel to a movie that didn't need one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally it. Literally. Oh man, that's so depressing. Well, that was that. Like we were saying earlier, I think we'll be fine without watching the next one because of, the subject of it. So I'm just gonna consider that we actually finished. We watched everything.
Yeah, plus it's been the 3 hours.
Right,
so.
yeah. Honestly, I liked the first one a lot. Although it was kind of creepy and there was a lot of weird stuff going on.
Weird stuff. It wasn't bad actually. Yeah.
No, it wasn't bad at all. It was entertaining. I think it was.
I thought it was gonna get a lot worse. I thought it was gonna go into Baraska territory.
Yeah, me too. It was creepy.
But luckily, it didn't. It didn't go that far.
Rename the story. Ben fell off. I mean, Ben did fall off. He really did fall off. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. Okay. Bubble has been streaming for a bit. Maybe we raid Ira again. He's playing Animal Crossing. Oh wait, no, Ginger's streaming. I haven't raided Ginger in a while. The choices, the decisions. I'm streaming for 6 hours, but I know Ginger doesn't sleep. Well, Ginger's also in a different time zone, so. Yeah, we'll raid Ginger. It's been a while. Ben tensed. I thought it was weird because the diary part was reface. Yeah, it's like we already knew what happened. We literally already knew what happened. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just it's a waste. Oh wait, Arashi, are you streaming? Like, are you gonna stream in a bit? I'll just raid you if you are, but if you're not, then that's completely fine. I'll just keep going along with Ginger. But yeah, I understand what they were saying. Like maybe like because of the way that it was like laid out in the wiki, that maybe they weren't supposed to read it. But even then, like it's like, did we really need it? Like, why was it there? Why was it in the first place? You know?
Mm-hmm.
My brain. My brain.
Jeez.
You're gonna take a shower, so go ahead and raid. Okie dokies. Have a great shower, Ayushi. Ginger. Alright. Ginger's playing Dino Crisis. I don't know what that game is, but I like the sound of Dino, so we're doing it. I'm streaming tomorrow. I mean, content warning with Nimda, Common, and Yume. Dino Crisis. Yeah, Dino Crisis. That's the game. Do you know what that game is? Guessing so. God dang, the character has a fat. Sorry, I was checking out the butt.
Wait, what?
I was checking out the butt. Hold on, it was gonna be a little aggressive though, so I had to stop.
Damn. Okay.
It's Resident Evil, but with dinos. Oh, that's kind of funny. Okay, well, thank you for joining me, Nim.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was really fun, especially with our version of Cleverbot, not theirs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good day. Bye, bye, T.